As this day nears, political fervor likelihood of parties Escorting campaign after the and shattering the city council's established contingency, sparking unprecedented emergency insight to propose a motion of no confidence against him.
You think I need you to help me win the
No
election?
problem at all. If we join forces to take
No
the Prime
wonder
Minister's
Matilda
chair,
likes
the
you.
entire city will be
How
transformed for
heartless.
the better. West District included. It'll be the start of a brand
She
new
has
era.
nothing to do with the Prime Minister. Step back! You occupy a position of great influence, and the attention upon you shall only grow in the days to come.
Good to see you again, Chief. Got any meetings with the bigwigs today? Don't forget to drop some juicy insider info my way when you get back.
Why are you looking at me like that? You're not going to play dress up, are you?
Hey, Chief, come look at my little lambs. My brilliant fluffy pookie. Aren't they just adorable?
When we first met in your dream, your eyes were clear and bright. You smiled and held out your arms to me. That unfulfilled embrace. Shall we finish it now? Can you hear? It's the footsteps of a new era dawning.
How many will it trample this time around?
Alright, hello everyone, my name is Kazorikudo and welcome back to Path to Nowhere. And today we are going to celebrate. So what happened? Is there any anniversary or someone's birthday? Not exactly, but since it's a one time a year, so might always celebrate. So we got a main story finally come to the global. I just hope it's not really once a year kind of occasion. They should release this a little bit more often, I would say. Maybe 2 or 3 times. Hello everyone, everybody's already here. Whoa, so many people today. Hey boy, Harina and question mark? And Julian also here. Yeah, new chapter already? It's not already. I mean like, it's like a long due thing that it did finally come here. So, right. Time to use our little brain. Oh, that's you're right. So how do you guys like the new UI? That's 7 gigabyte update. It's crazy, and there's so many changes. I'm probably going to explore it later. Probably I'm just gonna make a different video. I'm not gonna explore it here. So yeah, because I know all of you here is actually for the main story, right? For the main story. So I'm not going to like delay it even further. So let's start the main story. Hey, welcome. Next. So it seems that it's going to be 2-parter. There's gonna be A and B. Oh, it's been a while. It feels like forever. So today I'm going to finish. Hopefully I could finish until 10. I think that should be the aim for today. and tomorrow I'm going to finish the B part. Okay. Is there any like catching up to do? I don't think any event after chapter 13 is really, I don't know, huge or foreshadowing really big things to come here. So I don't think there is one, right? Other than, I think the only thing that you need to know that you probably not gonna see Hela here because Hela is wandering somewhere else with the Legion. And who knows, maybe we're going to find out who is the Fatur Blue contact on her event. That's probably the two things that I can think of that might relate into what's going on with the event. So yeah, it's going to be like a completely new start. So don't worry, you don't need to know anything before that. All right, so let's start. SDN 1-1. Wait, is this la normal mode or story mode? Yeah, I'm gonna do normal mode. There is no way I'm gonna do story mode. My pride is on the line.
My dear, time for
Don't
you
vote
to
before you
shine
finish all
on
story.
stage.
Oh yeah, I still hold that. Don't worry. I just wondering also. November 26, 114. So we almost New Year already. That is really quick. A factory in the West District. In the stillness of the night, the factory stands quiet, save for the faint howls of ventilation system breaking the silence. With the impending election, the reconstruction project in the West District, delayed for long, has sprung back to life. The shiny new factory is just the tip of the iceberg. Not far off, at the central square marked with graffiti and grime, several long unemployed workers gather. They huddle together, eyeing this rare sight in the West District, a brand new factory, and chatting.
Hey, y'all heard that? The bigwigs are gonna dish out cash to Syndicate!
Wait, they voice the NPC? Yo, that's good. That's good.
No, that's not it. See that new factory over there? They're looking to hire. Had some suits come down here the other day, preaching about job opportunities. How's the pay? Heard they're throwing good money, especially for us seasoned hands. For real? Hey, since when did they become so generous? The election's around the corner. Even syndicates gotta roll with the changes. Just look around. Fewer gangs on the streets, new buildings popping up. My nephew even scored a spot on the executive committee last month.
Wow. Wait, I thought there's no gang and it's immediately explosion next. As their chatter continues, a loud explosion suddenly sounded from inside the factory.
What was that sound?
Following the explosion, a tearing sound rips through the air. The workers scramble to higher ground, some pulling out their newly purchased terminals, zooming in to get a closer look of what's happening. In the distance, a sight all too familiar to Syndicants unfolds, billowing smoke and serpentine flames lashing out in all directions, painting the night sky crimson. It seems that some incendiary bomb has been detonated inside the factory. Well, immediately? Okay, I'm going to try use Yilena. Oh right, this is not event, so this is actually level 50, right? God damn it, I forgot. So I cannot do the usual.
Rest assured, and leave it in my hands.
What is Pine? Pine is an Umbra or Reticle? Reticle.
Bugs and cameras all in position.
Where's Sean? I'm just gonna use
Which voice would you like
which
me
one?
to use?
Ready?
Easy mode immediately.
Going on TV now.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Are they
5,
even a
6.
match for me?
One more. I'll go with Shalom again.
I don't have much to contribute on the front
There's
line.
2 here.
I'll count on you guys.
How can you level them up so quickly? I pre-prepared. Where's Yilena? Doesn't have anything. No, it's okay. It's fine. I was pre-farm all the new material. That is why every single time. Oh right, you can do 0.5. Whoa, feels like I'm Dio.
Messing with my people?
Tokyo Tomare. I'm so happy with this 1.5.
In the name of Almighty.
Here comes breaking news!
Listen. The rain is coming.
Could you show us your 4-star hammer? I don't have. It's too expensive.
The hedgehog's eye sees all.
Unfortunately, I don't have. Yeah. Ooh, oh, that's painful. What the hell?
In the name of Almighty Love.
This is immediately difficult. I must say, this is immediately difficult. I don't think I can, you know, taking easy on this one.
Quiet.
Listen.
Oh shit.
The rain is coming.
The hedgehog's eye sees all.
In the name of Almighty Love.
I completely forgot that Yilena, when you give her the character raindrop, it's going to like drain the thing, drain the HP. What do you mean? I don't spend a lot in this game. You think I'm a huge spender? Oh. Truth or troll?
Juiciest election buzz, the
hedgehog
freshest campaign scoops, and the most outlandish candidate tales. From breaking headlines to deep dives, we're here to sift through the truth and the tall tales. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the special edition of Truth or Troll, the election focus.
Oh, we don't have that level radio anymore.
Last night, hashtag West District Explosion topped this Phantom's trending list in the early hours. How did an ordinary explosion capture the spotlight in the dead of night? What secrets lurk behind the smoke? Was it a mere mishap, or a darker scheme at play? Coming up next, we will be talking to Pine, the commentator of the popular independent channel, The Hedgehog's Eye, ready to delve into the enigma surrounding this peculiar event with us.
Honestly, by default, I go with Bernadette.
Greetings, Miss Pine. Great to have you here on Election Focus. What's your take on the West District explosion? You suspect this could be a political hit job in the making?
A political hit job. An explosion
My street's
without
still broken. Will anyone
hardly
fix it?
meets the
This is too realistic.
assassination criteria. This city has witnessed its fair share of genuine hits, so I fuss over this one.
Oh my god, this is so relatable.
Are you implying that some media channels are purposefully hyping up this event for drama's sake?
This is so realistic. Oh my god.
December's almost here, and with the election coming up, it's no
Oh, typo
surprise
there.
to see all sorts of dubious characters crawling out of the woodwork.
Absolutely. This upcoming month is known for its December surprises, where unexpected bombshells hit the headlines. Could this explosion be setting the stage for this year's shocking revelations?
This is hardly grand enough to kick off the show. It's just the East Side bigwigs feeling threatened by the West District's growing clout, using petty tricks to smear Syndicate's name.
Oh, she's from Syndicate. I thought she's from Inside.
First, they use the explosions to grab everyone's attention. Then the mainstream media jumps in, pushing their narrative. Poor public security in the West District. Syndicates dissatisfied with policies. Resistance against East Side Capital, blah, blah, blah.
Lol, you guys.
That's all they know.
Whoa, whoa,
the same
whoa.
old playbook.
What a shocking revelation. So, who exactly are the
I
puppet
wonder.
masters pulling the strings behind all this?
MK is
No wonder the
Smokescreen,
Prime
is it?
Minister, aka our distinguished speaker of this city, Stewart, is definitely one of them. After all, he's been trying so hard to keep the West District in shambles. Just imagine the humiliation for him if the district really were to thrive. With such a hot story, not a peep from him. Guilty conscience, if you ask me.
Is Stewart the only player
So
in this game?
Pine is some
The
sort
other
of
two candidates
buzzer,
both made
is
public
it?
appearances today, promising thorough investigations. Surely they're not involved in this.
Who's
Oh,
to
this is the
say?
candidate.
One's a sly old fuck, the other a total megalomaniac. What a show, what a spectacle. I'm betting all three candidates go down in flames. You care to join in?
Ooh, I'm happy that they don't censor that.
We've still got the whole of December. Just wait for the grand show, guys.
We'll definitely be keeping an eye out for that. Thank you, Miss Pine, for your fascinating insights today. Now let's dive into some other juicy tidbits. An anonymous tycoon throws their support behind Max King with $1 billion discoins poured into Max King's campaign. Prime Minister Stewart's secret Smurf has been exposed, his private life shockingly blurring his public face. Thieves justify repeated break-ins at the Eastside Public Security Bureau, claiming it to be a protest against escalating crime rates.
Why is what?
Online betting no longer seems enough, as Eastside residents take their political rivalry to the streets.
This is one hell of election.
Weren't you causing a scene back then?
There, what a start! 3 candidates and no one can be trusted. Although maybe because we have connection with Matilda, I'm still leaning more to her auntie.
Good weapon is a battle.
Since NF-112, after humanity's initial triumph in containing BR-004, the 23-year-long BR-001 and the recurring BR-002 have also been successfully suppressed. Humanity has finally established viable protocols to address extreme mania incidents.
Yeah, by the way, I'm so happy that everything is voice.
The following year, the city finally found respite from the Black Ring crisis, ushering in a long-awaited era of peace and prosperity. At last, it might be time for humanity to dispel this prolonged darkness.
This is so full of brain-wrecking political drama. Yeah, like real life is not enough.
With these aspirations for the future, this city will soon witness the most significant political event in the lives of its citizens.
The good thing is probably we can learn a thing or two from about politics from this. Maybe, I don't know.
The 22nd Dis City election coming on December 26th, NF
What? That was
114.
that's a Boxing Day, is it? Everybody's on holiday. Who did that? Don't they have like Christmas? Oh. Finally, Chief, who you gonna vote? Oh my god. Malcolm in Vice President Nirvana regarding what am I able to click this? Wait, they try to contact. Oh, this is our message. Your future speaker that speak for you. The leading. What? He tried to get to us? Nah. They tried to make us an influencer, I think. You shut the mail browser and rub your strained eyes. That last mail not only employed ridiculously large font, but also came with several photos of yourself attached. Sounds like a threat. Actually, like, I know where you are. Yeah, look at this picture, I know where you are. So answer me. Like, even with the strictest filter setting in place, these spam-like promotional mails still have managed to find their way into your work inbox, which means they must all be coming through official whitelist channels and legitimate special access. What an election this has been. Seeing all these big shots humble themselves and practically shove their olive branches in the face of a nobody like you.
As expected,
Matilda!
during the election, every party will do whatever it takes to win support. At the very least, they don't want to see someone of your influence side with their opponent.
Of course. We are the hero after all. What kind of influence am I supposed to have? I'm just an administrator of a secret agency. Without much authority or resources. Plus, topics like mania and sinners aren't exactly crowd pleaser around here.
You're being far too modest. Let me show you something interesting.
One second later, I'm sure of it. The person on the other end of the call moves away from the frame, followed by some rustling sounds as she searches for something. That is Matilda Cavendish. Though born into an established East Side family, she has always empathized with the struggling syndicate underclass. During the BR-002 operation in NF-113, she fought alongside you. It is really nice summary about what happened on the last chapter. Afterwards, she registered as a senior at the MBCC and returned to Syndicate. She has helped reform the West District Reconstruction Committee, develop the new mine, and actively advocate for Syndicate rights, all the while maintaining friendly contact with you. That is when you both have the luxury of time, which rarely happens. Still, these moments are precious whenever they come.
Found it.
Whoa! That's our face. A newspaper sheet featuring your photo emerges in the frame. The headline reads, Black Ring Vanquisher, hero of the West District. Vote for Chief of Minos. Voice for freedom and justice. What is that?
A precious shot taken by Mr. Donald.
Donald!
Made a few tweaks. The plan is to produce hundreds of copies and have the homeless spearhead a local promotion.
The question is, when did he take that? That's sly.
We heard you're coming back to join the election on behalf of the West District.
No, never gonna happen. This is way too ridiculous. Are they really pulling this kind of prank?
It's been a long time, Chief. Everyone's missing you dearly.
Why did I such a bad photo? I miss you all too. Oh. Everyone must be feeling swamped lately, especially with such a crucial statewide election on the horizon. Every 4 years, the citizens of this city elect their Prime Minister of the City Council, a prestigious speaker that serves as the chief executive and unifying voice of all parties. This direct election allows every eligible citizen to cast their vote for one of the designated candidates, choosing who will guide their future. For the people of the West District, who only regained their citizenship last year, this election was supposed to be a pivotal chance to fight for their right. However, concerns linger about whether the designated candidates truly represent the interests of the West District. Moreover, the syndicate face significant hurdles in merely securing their right to vote. Pondering the complexities, you look down at the documents in your hands. Wow, where is that? 1. Eligibility is granted to any resident aged 18 or above who has maintained continuous residence in this city for over 5 years and possesses this citizenship. 2. Active FAC members will have their voting right temporarily suspended for the duration of their service. This right will be reinstated upon completion of service and formal discharge from active duty. We shouldn't trust the government. NF-114 Special Act, Supplementary Provision on Voter Eligibility. To further clarify the definition of this city jurisdiction regarding the residency period criterion for voter eligibility, this act established the following supplementary rules for calculating residency periods in specific region. For regions recently included within this city jurisdiction, residence duration of residencies shall be calculated starting from the official date on which the region comes under City Council administration. For regions that were once temporarily separated from council administration, residence duration of residency shall be calculated starting from the date of reintegration into administration. This act shall take effect immediately upon passage, and voter eligibility for the election shall be verified and adjusted in accordance with these new provisions. That's a really long one, I don't even fully understand. Shameless are these supplementary provisions. It hasn't been 6 months since the West District reintegration, yet the East Side councillors have rushed through this regulation to block the syndicate from participating in the election, all to repress their voice for integration and afford East Side powers more time to tighten their grip on the West District. So they cannot vote? What the hell? I heard they pressured you during demanding the West District pay 5 years worth of of administrative costs if you want to shorten the verification period. Just the nerve of these people. Nodal has been bombarded with lawsuits from Nirvana as well. At this rate, it seems like the West District might be years away from having its own representative. They're gonna be like totally different law and everything. You feel a surge of indignation, yet Matilda, who's been with the executive committee on the front lines of negotiation the whole time, remains perfectly composed.
Just some desperate moves from the opponent. Stewart's crushed his reputation by stomping on the West District these years. He stands no chance at re-election, and once he's out, all these radical policies will be scraps of paper. And even without any say in the matter, the West District's now sitting on a mine, literally. That's leverage we can use against those politicians. The syndicants have moved past martial arts. Now it's all about the verbal art of negotiation.
Ooh.
Think about it. Just last year, the syndicants weren't even recognized as citizens. Now they're back and making heads turn.
Matilda's casual tone suggests tangible progress in their work, making you, someone who only occasionally drops by, seems almost overly concerned.
How are things on your end, Chief? I heard that the Underground Mania network has been taken down. Things have been pretty quiet these days, right? And you've been running out of town for missions lately?
Oh, they're referring to Glitchwave Nihil and the other two even. Can't afford to lower my guard. I just can't shake this feeling that if I let my guard down, all this dreadfulness, the black rings, the many outbreaks, the riots, will come flooding back to haunt me. She offers a knowing smile, her expression showing she had expected exactly that answer.
You've brought peace to the city. Once the new mine is up and running, it will surely bring us a better future. This election's bound to bring changes to many of us. Chief, a new era is dawning. One of stability and progress. We'll all be part of it. And that includes you too.
Even someone as composed as Matilda can't hide the excitement in her voice. The future she envisioned must truly be something to look forward to. Which make it even harder for you to bring yourself to mention those things lurking in the shadows, the real reasons why you can't find peace of mind. Throughout the Dismith elimination operation, significant evidence emerged indicating that the underground mania forces had extensively interfered with the NF-110 election, orchestrating numerous instances of assassination, bribery, forgery, and false accusation. Oh, more is being referred. That operation concluded with the successful destruction of the Dismith network server. The network lead developer, the genius programmer serving the underground, Moore, was declared dead when her shackle connection went dark. Nah. It was removed. It was removed by the underground shepherd, I think. Following that, the Nine Agency initiated a covert investigation into the current Prime Minister and his cabinet, thoroughly probing for possible collusion with the underground forces while maintaining constant surveillance. But you know that this isn't the end. All those mystery involving that woman, her power and her hidden motive, is she really dead? Was she truly the sole participant from those unfathomable underground forces? Yeah, I just stay home and watch video game, huh? Oh, moreover, if those people interfered with the election 4 years ago, there is no reason to believe they wouldn't attempt something similar now.
Chief?
Sorry, I got carried away. However, these burdens are not to be shared with a friend. She should focus on her own work, the promising picture of the West District. All the dark premonitions are yours to shoulder alone, with your gaze fixed on the shadows, upholding eternal vigilance. Let's work together for a better future. I too am looking forward to this bright new era. Just as those words escape your lips, the emergency line cuts in with several beeps, interrupting your call with Matilda.
Chief, sorry to interrupt, but there's an emergency that needs your attention.
Something happened, Chief.
The underground?
Can't say for sure. It's not something we're used to seeing.
I'm on my way. Well, that marks the end of your break.
An emergency, right? Go ahead, Chief. I'm sure everything will work out with you in charge.
I'll do my best. See you, Han. After several confrontations with the underground, you deem yourself prepared for whatever may come. However, 5 minutes later, events unfold in a way that surpasses even your darkest expectation.
Breaking news. Yesterday at 11:58 p.m., an explosion rocked the City Hall at Building 17, 105th Street, District 3 of Eastside. The blast has resulted in the loss of 26 lives, with 3 individuals currently in critical condition.
Another explosion.
After Prime Minister Stewart was urgently transported to Eastside Central Hospital, he was pronounced dead at 4:23 a.m. despite all medical efforts. A 1-kilometer perimeter around the site has been cordoned off as multiple government departments launch a joint investigation. Currently, no details have been disclosed to the public. As District 3 has been declared under a state of emergency, Benjamin Carter, head of the Health Committee, has announced his interim appointment at the council. He will be responsible for overseeing government operations until the election. Notably, Carter stands 11th in the line of succession, while all 10 senior cabinet officials preceding him fell victim to the explosion.
The explosion is merely a cover story. Given the approaching election, it's the only viable narrative we can present. It is now up to us to uncover the truth swiftly and discreetly.
Oh, so it was fake?
Chief, the 9th Agency and FAC are both in position waiting for you. Let's see what kind of present our little friends from the underground have left us.
Yeah, there's some conspiracy here. This marked the true beginning of the NF-114 Eastside election. A new era does announce its dawn. Here is where it all starts. they set it up so, oh my god, so intense. That was level 62.
There's nothing I wish to seek here.
The loading looks nice now. November 28 NF. Wait, we're going back in time? Or did I read the mount wrong?
Prime Minister Stewart and his cabinet were in a meeting when it happened. The assassins appeared inside the chamber and struck them instantly. The scene was heavily damaged, and cleanup is underway. So far, 26 human remains have been recovered, including those of the Prime Minister, 11 cabinet officials, and 14 residence guards. In addition, 6 elite escort hush units were found completely destroyed, along with the remains of 18 underground puppets.
Wait, I was not wrong, right? I think it was November, and the beginning of the chapter it said December. Based on the image, it seems unlikely that Prime Minister could have been transported to a hospital. Just the process of identification of his remains will take considerable efforts. What about the survivors? I remember the news said 3 people were injured.
Actually, only 1 left now.
Oh. Wait, is that guillotine? As the live feed plays out before you, a man is revealed strapped to an operating table. While his contorted face retains traces of familiarity, his piercing scream now carry an unsettling inhuman nature. Wait, this really is guillotine?
No! Stay back! Stay back! Guard! Guard!
Finally, karma comes to you, eh? Oh my god! It's Guillotine, Chief of the Outland Affairs Bureau. You have collaborated with him extensively on Watson affairs, witnessing his arrogant swagger as well as having a chuckle over his frustrated tantrums. Yet you never expected he would meet such a fate. Finally, finally this man died.
Mr. Guillotine was found in a closet
Oh,
on the
that's
top
how you
floor,
pronounce it,
and his used
guillotine.
wine glass was discovered in the adjacent drawing room. It is believed that he did not attend the meeting and was placed in the drawing room instead. Thanks to that, he avoided the direct attack when it happened. But unfortunately, he suffered severe mental contamination under the extreme conditions.
Damn, it's like fate worse than that.
Banyan Medical College is doing everything it can to save him. Once he regains his faculties, he should be able to provide the investigation team with valuable information.
That's not gonna happen. Even if a miracle happens, time is not on our side. We just hope he doesn't end up like the other two and turn into a corruptor. Chief, we need your assessment of the scene, if you please.
Once again, several groans penetrate your ears through the communication device, oscillating between human and bestial. Instinctively, you avert your gaze. Let's head to the side. Whoa. The scene at the site turns out even more nauseating. A mixture of contamination and bloody flesh is smeared across the room with savage abandon. Mutilated bodies hang from spikes, while formal suits soak in pools of putrid fluid. Somehow witnessing power and death shattered and intertwined like this leave you with an inexplicable sense of dislocation. You are led to one of the remaining assailants. This particular type of underground puppet is unfamiliar to you. Its raincoat fits more tightly than the previous models. A new variant.
Yes. Its mania readings are similar to previous models. Only the appearance has changed. With reduced defense but more agile. Better suited for assassination purposes.
Yeah, it looks really fast because he's so slim.
Based on what we have, they infiltrated through the vent in a liquid state, solidified upon entry, and neutralized all targets within minutes. Then they engaged in combat with the responding security force, until they were completely eliminated. However, when we mock the combat, certain pieces of evidence don't add up. We can't make sense of them. Chief, you know about these creatures. What do you think?
Investigate the scene. Strange markings are scattered across both the walls and floor. Some exhibit eye-like patterns, while others consist of nothing more than fragmented, incomprehensible lines. Within the grooves of this mark, peculiar sludge remains writhing, a mixture that appears to be puppet fluids combined with human flesh and blood. Setting aside those disordered marks, the sparse blood stain indicates that all the officials were killed in the same instant. Wow. These underground puppets executed their attack with surgical precision. Ordinary humans wouldn't be able to react. The scene underwent a dramatic change only after the hush force burst in. Both the contamination formed spikes and the original furniture were battered in the ensuing battle. The remaining traces show that the Hush unit had inflicted considerable damage on the puppets, even managing to gain the upper hand during the combat. Combining the analysis report provided with your observation, you close your eyes and let your thought take shape. The scene of the attack gradually pieces itself together in your mind. Oh, is it like the scene? Is this a bug? But there's double there.
Ready? We're going on TV
This is not good, man. Oh, the position is not good. Where are they coming from here? I would say I need a second time.
I can eradicate any threats, if that's what it takes to guarantee your safety.
I can hear it. The prelude of the
Where's mine?
dance.
Bugs and cameras all in position.
I don't have much to contribute on the
The
front
one
line.
that can attack from here
I'll count on
or
you
from there
guys.
is Langley. I think Langley can attack
Execution
here. This is
time.
actually. Oh, are they full? God damn it. This is not really good. I gotta be saying. The position
If
is really
this
bad.
scene could be reenacted, what would be
EMB, you're
I
on.
have to go.
I think it's a bug, probably, or maybe like the download is not perfect. I should have put a leaper here, goddammit.
Messing with my people?
Time to die.
He kinda hurt my eyes, to be honest.
You forced me to do you. Forced me to do this.
They just target to a place where there is nobody.
Time to die.
Messing with my people? Die!
You forced me to do this.
God damn it, I already died.
You forced me to do this. You forced me to do this.
Ooh.
The curtain fell on the perfect.
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
We became Christina now. Detective. Hush once had complete dominance. Upon entering the battlefield, they quickly repelled the attackers, destroyed numerous underground puppets, and gained control of the situation. But looking at the scene around you now, this clearly doesn't declare their final victory. As you crouch down to examine the shattered metal remains of the Hush unit, the FSC soldier hands you a report.
Due to the severe contamination in the Mania field, only one Hush unit preserved limited data. Here, this is its energy consumption, from emergency activation to its complete destruction.
You take the report and inspect it carefully. It entered combat right after activation. Energy consumption at a standard level declines around the 60-minute mark. Reasonable. Hush gained the advantage and took control of the situation. Then, this is around 18 minutes. The unit energy consumption suddenly spiked again, despite having exited combat mode, surging far beyond the warning threshold.
As you see, something happened.
Again? It's literally on the same place. Wait, I need to switch. Oh shit, Rahul.
You forced me to do this.
Wait, why Rahul HPs keep going down?
Let the dance begin.
Time to die.
You forced me to do this. You forced me to do this.
Whoa, I am so good in this one.
You forced me to do this.
Oh, ha, ha.
You forced me to do this.
Please enjoy the show.
Time to die.
You forced me. You forced me to do this. You forced me to do this. You forced me to do this.
Okay, I'm going to try one more stage. If the other stage is still buggy, I'm probably gonna need to repair But I don't know how many gigabytes they have to repair though.
The battle was not over. The underground puppets grew stronger with each passing moment, until every last hush unit was worn down and destroyed. Their combat pattern just makes no sense. And what's even stranger, they didn't retreat after winning, only to be left scrapped here. Those underground bastards can't possibly be kind enough to leave us clues, can they?
You examine the enemy remains carefully. They bear no discernible differences from the puppets you have encountered previously, and given how severely they are damaged, this alone couldn't possibly have decimated Paradiso's elite hush units. But there is something else that concerns you even more. This is not the underground's MO. They prefer working from the shadows, inciting chaos and letting others do the dirty work. Even during the last election, they operated covertly through the dark web, taking extensive measures to cover their tracks. But this time they chose to make such an entrance, right at this crucial moment. Is this a deliberate provocation, a smokescreen, or did something go wrong with their plans? Any surveillance video?
The feeds were shut down and the hush units were preset to offline mode. That explains their delayed activation. They couldn't arrive at the scene immediately, nor could they receive precise commands from Paradisos. It was only Prime Minister Stewart himself who had access to it, and it's not the first time he abused it like this. The election wasn't looking good for him. His chances of re-election were slim. These concerns were likely a hot topic during the meeting with his cabinet. And as always, their conversation would delve into some sensitive subjects. To keep things under wraps, he had to find a workaround off the record and stop Hush from syncing data back to Paradisos. We're currently keeping tabs on everyone on our radar. Suspected underground spies, informants, gangs, and potential future targets.
Any progress?
None of them have made any moves. A thorough investigation will take about a week or two.
You furrow your brow in concern.
Once the new mine is up and running, it will surely bring us a better future. This election's bound to bring changes to many of us.
This election is laden with high hopes, as people expect it to pave the way for a better city. Thus, it's no surprise that the underground seeks to meddle and disrupt the proceeding. However, their methods this time are strikingly uncharacteristic of them. Judging from their past action, the chaos in Syndicate, the Ambrosia incident in Eastside, the Belfager Art Museum, and the Grey Mirror, it's evident that the underground excels at using others as pawns and inciting the masses behind the scenes. Whoa, this is like long time ago, like 2 years ago. However, things are different this time. The underground resorted to brutal violence using puppets instead of powerful sinners. Yet so far, they have made no attempt to sway public opinion, leaving you to feed the people flimsy excuses. So this attack wasn't intended to sow public panic. Instead of derailing the election, the enemy wants you to cover up the truth and ensure the election proceeds as planned, which means this is probably just the beginning. They want the election to proceed as scheduled, so they're probably planning something even bigger. Should we consider postponing the election?
Even with the information blackout, the deaths of the cabinet members have caused quite a stir. I agree that this is only the start. But the election must proceed as scheduled, I'm afraid.
I don't get it. The entire city is fired up about this election. If the underground were to hit the event site, the casualty will be catastrophic.
Now it's up to us. We have 1 month to investigate the truth and eliminate all threats.
Is FSC also fine with this? The soldier remained oddly silent. You see him clutch his weapon before eventually loosening his grip.
FAC has no authority to interfere with the election. We have to follow our orders. We will fortify our patrols and defenses, doing everything we can to ensure civilian safety.
You try to ask more questions, But the agent presses his hand against your shoulder.
I know, you have many concerns about the election, but this case goes beyond just the Mania attack. Everything that has happened here is far more complex than anything you faced before. The impact of the cabinet reshuffle is still within our control, but it cannot escalate further. Too many eyes are watching. The election has to proceed. The Ninth Agency will keep a close eye on suspicious individuals. We'll power through it.
What should I do then?
Find the truth.
With a smile, he relaxes his grip and gives your shoulder pat.
Someone just requested a meeting with you. She claims to have some leads.
Who? Who?
I believe it's someone you know. The Municipal Affairs Commissioner and one of the election candidates, Bernadette Cavendish.
Have we met her before? Maybe on it. Matilda interrogation.
Good job. Let's go back.
Let's meet Auntie. Oh, I just realized that one stage have 2 battles.
Poor little thing. Rest in peace.
The city hall is enveloped by a deadly silence. Oh, here we go. Upon entering the hall, you find only one person seated quietly amidst the vacant chairs, a middle-aged woman of dignified bearing. She gazes calmly ahead, her eyes seemingly fixed on the empty podium, the state flag behind it, or perhaps on something imperceptible to the eye. Only when the sound of your footsteps fades does she turn to face you. It's Bernadette Cavendish, the one who requested this meeting. This is a bad time. I didn't find you in the reception room and was told you came here. If you need a moment, I can go back and wait for you.
It's all right. Let's talk here, if you don't mind. We were scheduled to go over some proposals today. Mr. Stewart, he used to speak from that podium. Now their absence just made me feel a bit displaced. So let's just talk here. Consider it a way to honor my departed colleagues. Chief of the MBCC, thank you for taking the time to meet with me.
Bernadette Cavendish worked for the council's largest coalition alongside Stewart, who was pursuing re-election, and she was also a former pivotal member of Stewart's cabinet, holding significant sway in East Side. Earlier this year, however, she stepped down from the cabinet to run as an independent candidate, openly challenging the incumbent. Now, with Stewart's passing, she stands as one of only 2 remaining candidates, a sign that there is more to her than meets the eye.
My aunt is a seasoned politician with years of experience. Last year, she antagonized Prime Minister Stewart and was removed from the cabinet for speaking up for the West District. She's now running as an independent candidate and will surely reach out to you. When that time comes, please keep one thing in mind. Bernadette Cavendish has no loyalty to any organization, sentiment, or principle.
Ooh.
She acts purely in her self-interest. Chief, don't ever forget that.
So we cannot trust her then. Even her own niece said that. Now the seasoned politician locks eyes with you, and within this fleeting silence, she has already made her initial assessment of you. Nice to meet you, Miss Cavendish. Or Mrs. I've heard that you will provide clues about the cabinet explosion. I'm interested in what you know and how you came across all this information.
News, public reports, and some insiders, of course. That's all. To be frank, this incident has put me in a rather delicate position. As both his former counselor and his rival, I had my share of disagreements with David, and his passing could have worked in my favor. So naturally, I found myself under suspicion. The Ninth Agency questioned me right on the day of the incident. But thankfully, Langley Blackett cleared me of suspicion. We're old acquaintances. You can verify anything about me with her.
Wait, that is her last name, Langley? Langley Blanket? I didn't know that. Wow.
With the election approaching, I'd rather keep my distance from this to steer clear of any controversy. I hope you can understand that, Chief.
Langley Blanket. Of course. I appreciate your help to share in such cases, but there's something I don't quite understand. If you are well acquainted with my boss, Langley, why not talk directly to the 9 agency? Why does it have to be me? Bernadette gazes at you.
I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. I have no direct leads about this case to share with you.
You are... She offers you a faint smile, shifting slightly in her seat to face you directly.
As I explained earlier, I'm keeping my distance from this case, so I know nothing of its details. Sorry I used it as pretext for meeting you. I need your help with something. Something I believe you'll be inclined to accept. I want you to protect someone.
Oh? Oh, it's the girl from the trailer. As she speaks, she produces a photo and slides it across the table toward you. The photograph shows a frail young girl, her gaze distant and unfocused before the camera. Who is she?
The late Prime Minister's out-of-wedlock daughter, Elvira Stewart.
Her words immediately puts you on a high alert. Does she know something?
That is for you to investigate, Chief. As I said, I don't know the details of the case. I've only heard rumors about the girl. Just rumors.
She taps the photo gently.
David Stewart never married.
Eh?
Elvira is his only child. 16 years old. Her mother unknown. No school records, no medical history, no social documentation whatsoever. Even her residential address has been changing constantly. She's been well hidden during his lifetime. Even the Stewart family only recently learned of her existence. That's how cautious he was. Yet this cautious man, on the night before his death, set aside his pressing election concerns and secretly left his residence. He steered clear of even his most trusted allies and vanished until the following day. Upon his return, he died in the explosion.
Do you know where he went? A faint smile played across her lips.
Chief, I couldn't possibly know. I just happened to hear that the day before the explosion was the girl's 16th birthday.
A hidden daughter, her 16th birthday, and the Prime Minister vanishing from the council on the same day. Bernadette's words seems to weave a spell, rapidly drawing your thought through the possible connection. Are you saying she had something to do with the Prime Minister death?
I didn't say so. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe not. No one can prove anything.
But you're asking me to protect her. That means you believe she's in danger.
A few precautions won't hurt. In our line of work, no coincidence should be taken lightly.
Then why not escalate it? There's not just me. The 9 agency and FAC could also take action, and they will.
Because it's wiser to handle these things discreetly while there's no concrete evidence. And also because someone has already stepped in to offer their protection.
Someone stepped in?
The Stewart family took her in immediately after the incident. You know how it is. Even though they've never met, as blood relatives, they have a more legitimate claim to the orphan than any agency.
The Stewart family. That's the highly conservative political dynasty with deep ties to Nirvana. It's hard to fathom that they weren't behind the stringent conservative policy on the West District, immigration, and outland trade in recent years. You never know what the former Prime Minister really thought about his daughter, but can the blood relative that even he himself kept at arm's length be truly trusted? Bernadette gives you enough time to collect your thought. Then, noticing your growing concern, she draws an exquisite envelope from her handbag.
Tomorrow evening, the Stewart family is holding a memorial service at Veer's mansion. Many important figures will be attending. I was invited too. They say the Prime Minister cherished his daughter deeply and held high hopes for her. They shared a close bond, so she might be the person who knows her father best.
You immediately catch her implication. That's far too risky, isn't it? Mr. Stewart was just murdered, and now they're presenting his daughter as the heir to his will and intellect. That's practically throwing her to the wolves. Even if they want to lure out the enemy, it's far too risky.
Maybe they're out of options. Stewart's influence has been waning since the West District was reconstructed. As the election nears, the stakes for his re-election only grow higher. Losing the head at this crucial moment is truly devastating. All their allies, enemies, or onlookers even are desperate for answers. Perhaps that girl is the only card they could play. That's how I see it.
You came expecting information about the underground, but this sounds more like a power play from the upper echelons. Such political maneuvering feels foreign to you, who always been fighting on the front lines. What else do you know? Are the Stewart involved in this case? What's their official stance? And those enemies and allies you mentioned?
I only know what has been made public. As for any undisclosed information about the case, I know nothing about it, nor can I delve any further. As for the truth you seek...
She slashed the invitation toward you.
Given my status as a suspected former political rival, my presence at the memorial service might cause unwanted tension. I will entrust this invitation to you, Chief. The Cavendish family stands ready to offer any assistance you may require. In return for your efforts, I trust that you, who are investigating the truth behind the cabinet attack, will know how to leverage this opportunity with that girl.
You take the invitation, gold embossed, elegant and luxurious, ostentatiously bearing the Stewart family crest. After reading it, you slip it into your folder and turn your gaze back at Cavendish. I have one last question. Why me? Another moment of silence passes before she offers a gentle smile.
You think I have ulterior motives? That I'm seizing this chance to approach you, rope you in, and earn your trust to vote for me? That would be undignified and unnecessary. Since you don't have a liking for politicians like me, I won't trouble you beyond today. This is just a one-time personal request. To protect a child who has recently lost her loved one.
She lowers her gaze, a momentarily feel of sorrow passing over her countenance.
I serve as a politician, but I'm also a woman who once wanted to become a mother. I can't bear to see children suffer. As for why I chose you, the reason is quite simple. My niece, Matilda Cavendish, thinks very highly of you. You two are cut from the same cloth. Even caught in the political turmoil, you both cling to your principles. Despise the power games, remain unfazed by fame and fortune. And more importantly, in this game, you fear corruption, dread straying from your path. Even if circumstances pull you into a mire, you'll fight with everything you have to break free. And that is precisely what I admire. Only people like you have that glimmer of hope, of not being consumed by the maelstrom.
She rises from her seat. When she mentioned Matilda's name, for a brief moment, the consular expression does remind you of your hardworking friend. Yet deep down, you can't shake the feeling that they are fundamentally different two people.
Well then, I have a few questioning sessions to attend. I'll take my leave now. This is farewell, Chief. I wish you good luck.
Is this Matilda? No, Bernadette. The meeting ends just like that. It's as if someone pushed open a door just enough for you to catch a glimpse inside, only to slam it shut immediately after. You make your way back, clutching the invitation that will lead you to an unknown destination. Your footsteps echo through the silent hallway, until you find yourself face to face with a visitor. Does Paradisos have any instruction regarding the election? No, Chief. Paradisos doesn't interfere in such matters. This falls under the state's own jurisdiction. We are here simply to remind you of this fact. Your interaction with Miss Cavendish have been impeccable thus far, and your approach to the situation is appropriate. However, you must exercise even greater caution moving forward. This is their election, Chief, with their own set of rules. You need not delve deeper and should keep your distance unless absolutely necessary. It's for your own sake. Such is the counsel from Paradisos. Schroll concludes its message and departs, leaving you alone. Amid the distant toll of a bell, you find yourself momentarily lost in thought. Wow. Raising your gaze, you see the slanting ray of light cutting across the city emblem and the faintly visible H relief above it. On either side of the relief hang portraits of past Prime Minister, each adorned with a corresponding nameplate. Stewart, Cavendish, Harrington, Jack Null. Certain surname keeps recurring. While scrutinizing the unfamiliar faces peering down at you, a resemblance somehow starts to emerge among them. I don't know why, but Harrington seems familiar. These figures, etched into history, now hang overhead, their collective gaze bearing down upon you. Even the afternoon sunlight takes on a bluish tinge from the shadows. As you gaze at them, Bernadette's words echo in your mind. Whoa.
In this game, you fear corruption, dread straying from your path. Even if circumstances pull you into a mire, you'll fight with everything you have to break free. And that is precisely what I admire. Only people like you have that glimmer of hope, of not being consumed by the maelstrom.
After a long moment, you finally avert your gaze and reach out to Nightingale. Nightingale, I need to attend a memorial service tomorrow. Let's prep for it. Decision made, you stride forward, leaving behind the silent, shadow-shrouded hallway. Are we going to wear that costume from the anniversary? Eh? Oh, it's separated. Let's see.
Lights, camera,
action! On a street in East Side, preparations for election focus are underway. The host finishes framing herself up and starts the show. Is it Pine?
Breaking news! Last night, a massive explosion rocked the City Hall at 105th Street and District 3 of East Side. It said that multiple cabinet officials were killed in the blast. And here's the most shocking part of all. Prime Minister Stewart, who was presiding over the meeting, has passed away after being rushed to the hospital. though officials claim it was just an accident. Unlike the West District explosion that could be easily brushed aside, this blast happened right in the council hall itself. Now, let's go live with our special guest, Miss Pine, to hear her takes on this incident. Hello, Miss Pine. Thanks for joining us on Election Focus. I'm sure you're up to speed on the cabinet explosion. We were just discussing Prime Minister Stewart a few days back.
Some class, finally. Unlike the amateur hour over in the West District.
I think she's very happy.
Do you have anything to say about his death?
Blessing.
Well, while I do regret his death, perhaps this timely exit will actually cement his legacy. Let's face it, his track record while breathing wasn't exactly stellar.
Wow.
Honestly, Stewart's rise to power wasn't easy. For someone from an old second-rate elite family to claw his way to the top, that must have taken some serious effort. Apart from those minor blemishes like the West District, Nirvana, the Rust and Sinner management, he was a real workhorse. Quite the model of integrity among all the political lapdogs. That should have made the puppet masters behind him pretty happy.
By integrity, you mean he wasn't all that corrupt?
Take the East Side District 5 reconstruction bill from a few years back. His peak as a counselor. With a modest budget, he aided Nirvana in building factories, helped real estate groups renovate residential areas, and ultimately even secured loans. From just this one bill, everyone got their slice of the pie, except for the District 5 residents who were all swept out from their homes. And Councilor Stewart? Oh, not a dime lined his pockets, just a smooth ascension to the throne. What a beacon of integrity.
Ooh, now things are heating up. Care to spill the beans on the explosion? You must be sitting on a goldmine of information about it.
As the revelation unfolds, fewer comments flood the screen at an escalating pace. When it comes to fallen officials, Insider never miss a chance to twist the knife.
Well, the explosion.
Through the connection, a clear tapping sound can be heard as Pine drums her finger on the table, muttering to herself with a hint of excitement.
Everyone thinks this was a black op. But even you folks know that Stewart was already wobbling on thin ice, with slim chances of re-election. His rivals had little incentive to push things to this extreme. Moreover, the evidence on site points to the involvement of mysterious monsters in the blast. They are absolutely not the sort of creatures that any politician could control.
Pine shares several photos. Though grainy and poorly lit, they unmistakably reveal the architectural style of the city hall. Strange runes are discernible in the image, hinting at something far more sinister than meets the eye.
Monsters. I think I caught wind of that. They say the West District has been dealing with monsters for a while, and now they're showing up in East Side too, because of the dark web.
The dark web incidents were orchestrated by the same group. They used to only operate in the West District, but now they've set their foot in East Side.
Wow, this Pine is know a lot.
But wait, I heard that the dark web got the axe already, and the crisis in West District was taken care of as well.
Appeasing a crisis without addressing the root cause only breeds a bigger one. It has happened with the dark web, and the two explosions this time follow the same pattern.
Then, what is this root cause?
While the host leans in with piqued curiosity, Pine's expression grows grave, each word measured and deliberate.
It's more secretive than the dark web, more dangerous than the sinners, older than known history, closer to power than the city council itself. Something nurtured in the shadows of this city.
Huh.
Monsters!
That's what it looks like? Why it has to have boobies though? I don't understand. Oh, I hate this thing. Why have to go from behind? Okay, let's just make 2 teams then. Since there is 2. Let's go with shallow.
I don't have much to contribute on the front line. I'll count on you guys.
Maybe just bring a furry. I feel like to bring okay. Okay, then I think this is enough. No bugs anymore, yeah. So it's probably only on that stage. I almost forgot about the bugs. What is this? Oh, did I bring something?
You forced me to do this!
Time to die.
You forced me to do
damn it.
this!
It doesn't one shot.
Quiet.
Hey!
You
Shit, I didn't realize. Do I have like condition? No, I'm gonna restart. I didn't notice they just passed Rahu. Rahu, I need you to block more. Maybe Golan also. Yeah, man, whatever. I wanted to try 3 times speed.
Quiet.
Time to die.
You forced me to do this! You forced me to do this!
Okay, this one that passes by, is it? Did it ignore? It ignores!
You forced me
This
to
is
do
the time why I bring EMP. This person forced her to do this.
You forced me to do this!
Quiet.
I should have wait until this one coming. Oh shit.
You forced me to do this!
Yeah, nobody. Oh, die.
You forced
No!
me to do this!
Time to die.
You forced me to do this!
Eh? Why is not reset?
You forced me to do this!
EMP is so good!
Weren't you causing a scene back then? Go, go, go!
The screen suddenly goes black, but viewers can still hear sound from the scene.
Oh, crap.
Whoa,
no.
who is this person?
What do I do? I knew I shouldn't have chased after this.
Oh, it's the host? Damn, she's pretty!
Hey, find a place to hide first. Move to your left, slowly.
Wait, how do you know? Though the video feed is lost, Pine's calm guidance surprisingly helps the host find a hiding spot.
I'm hiding, but those things, they're right in front of me.
Can you capture what's happening there?
The screen flickers for a moment before a blurry image finally emerges. The footage is exceedingly unsteady, shaking with the host terror.
This is rare footage of Ground Zero. Quick, get a clear shot. What on earth are those attackers?
Wow, Pine's strong. Smash like and seriously, at a time like this? As the footage stabilizes, it reveals the street of his side where purplish red, faceless puppets dart about in a killing spree.
I knew it! They're just like the monsters in Syndicate. No, wait. These look a lot more advanced. Pan the camera to the left. I need a better look.
Are you serious right now? I could get killed any second, and you're still trying to get a scoop?
Although she voices complaints, the host complies with Pine's direction and pans the camera. While awaiting Pine's next instruction, she suddenly realizes that the line has gone dead. Huh?
That maniac! Someone, please, help me!
The monster persists in their rampage. Perhaps drawn by the host's harsh cries for help, a purple spike suddenly swirls around and shoots straight toward the camera. The host instinctively shut her eyes. A sharp crack pierces the air, and through the darkness, a bright blue light flashes before slowly fading away. When she opens her eyes, a familiar figure stands between her and the danger. Is it Pine?
Pine?
Come on, it takes time to run over here. What are you mad about? Give me the camera, I'll do it myself.
Pine retrieved the camera, providing viewer with a clear view once again. The purple spike now rests in her hand, while the attacking monster stands trapped by some peculiar stickers. The camera slowly zooms in on the monster as they writhe and contour beneath the stickers.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing is raw, uncensored footage from Ground Zero. Now let's find out the mystery behind these mania forces lurking in this city's underbelly.
Comments suddenly start flooding the stream. Pine frowns as she notices an unknown substance seeping from beneath the trapped monster, pulling and reforming itself nearby. In an instant, blades flash through the air as two reformed faceless puppets break free from their bonds, materializing before Pine. Suddenly get invisible. Oh, so I have to use Pine in here. Okay.
Ready? We're going on TV now!
Wait, if the enemy is invisible, then I have to bring Pine. Not the choice. Where is she?
Bugs and cameras all in position.
Which voice would you like me to use? Yeah.
Oh, Bianca got Melody's bell tower.
In the name of...
Here comes the breaking news!
In the name of almighty love.
God damn it.
The hedgehog's eye sees all.
I don't bring that many core breakers.
Messing with my people? Die! Here comes the breaking news!
In the name of almighty love.
Whoa, actually the ultimate for fun is very useful.
The hedgehog's eye sees all.
Oh, this one is going to ignore me, really.
Here comes the breaking news!
In the name of almighty love.
Messing with my people? Die! Here comes the breaking news!
The hedgehog's eye sees all.
Wait! Oh shit! That's what you mean? God damn it, how am I supposed to deal with this? Sean! Kill it! Ooh, nice one!
The hedgehog's eye sees all.
Oh, just in case, just in case.
Here comes the breaking news!
In the name of almighty love.
The hedgehog's
Eh,
eye
I gotta put it
sees
here?
all.
Why?
The hedgehog's eye sees all.
Huh? What?
The hedgehog's eye sees all.
Pine darts across the battlefield like a phantom, and in no time at all, every monster is covered with her specially crafted projectiles.
You're a sinner?
Shh, not so loud.
So you're saying that Insider's still so delusional that Sinner doesn't exist? Like, after all this time, after all that incident, the Ambrosia, the Belphegor. Pine stands before the host, gesturing to the camera in her hand. With a snap of her fingers, the captured monster erupts into a series of firework-like explosions. As the smoke disperses, the once menacing faceless puppets dissolve into purple liquid, seeping into the ground. All that remains are scattered flyers marked with the hedgehog logo.
Yeah, I'm a sinner. But that's nothing compared to the bombshells that are gonna happen next.
There will be something even bigger!
If all the upcoming story are going to be of this caliber, the host feels an urgent need to call in sick and requests permanent leave from field report.
I'm absolutely certain now. The underground is behind all those explosion attacks.
The underground?
Underground like a sci-fi thing. With a smile, Pine pulls out stack after stack of paper scrapped from her pockets, a mixture of handwritten notes and newspaper clippings, all brimming with intelligence. Cutie hedgehog. August 7 NF113, the Sunken Bloom incident. Date unknown, the Wall of Collapse incident. August 11 NF113, the Chamber of Silence incident. Same night, the Hall of Greed incident. While these cases seems connected to the aftermath of FSC Eclipse operation back in NF103, they are actually part of the underground schemes. But what do they want? Why is the West District under lockdown? April NF114, the Grey Mirror Flood incident. June NF114, the Elysia Land incident. And behind this string of incidents related to this city dark web, could it also be the underground?
All that old intel was getting stale. Finally, I caught some action in the flesh today.
The host gazes at Pine in utter bewilderment, feeling overwhelmed by the unfolding events. Meanwhile, Pine produces a whiteboard out of thin air and starts sketching on it in front of the camera, muttering to herself.
Common politicians can't handle the underground, but the real top dogs of this city love using these gutter rats. To some degree, they're birds of a feather. Between that ass and the blowhard, that MK guy disgusts me more. Always preaching about justice and ideals. But he surely doesn't have what it takes to control the underground. That leaves us with just one suspect.
Whoa.
Miss Bernadette Cavendish, who wants to use the underground as a smokescreen to purge all the old factions in one single sweep.
No way! Pine turns to the camera, showcasing her whiteboard where she has pinned a freshly created newspaper clipping containing several headlines about recent events. How come she come to that conclusion? Stewart's hidden daughter exposed. Family inheritance in dispute? Prime Minister Memorial Service scheduled for November 29. Bernadette Cavendish's absence from the memorial service. Excuse or intentional? This is some
The
conspiracy.
exposé is just getting started. Do you have the guts to stick around?
You really aren't worried about getting stabbed someday, are you?
What shot 8 time is? I was wondering what is that? Pine's smile widens at the flood of viewer comments, completely ignoring the host's harsh warning. She points to the hedgehog stickers on the ground and announces with unwavering confidence.
Alright, buckle up then. Let's rip off their masks and expose every filthy secret the elites and the underground are hiding.
I think she will be really good to pair with
successful.
Bianca.
Personal contact information saved.
Stay behind me.
Oh, come to think of it, that we haven't seen our daughter yet, Hecate.
You're sent by the Cavendish family?
Oh my god, Chief! Oh, yes. Miss Company says her regrets that she cannot attend and has asked me to pay respect. I don't know. Oh my god, just I don't know. I think Hella will also gonna laugh, mate. No, no. The attendant screens you, then glances down at the invitation in his hands, repeating this several times before letting out a derisive snort, either fueled by contempt for a political rival or disdain for your amateurish attire. Nevertheless, he composed himself and steps aside with a respectful bow. At last, you make your way into the magnificent courtyard of the fierce mansion in all its opulent splendor. The ID verification process is meticulous, with security guards positioned along the path in significant numbers. While this measure would crumble against any underground assault, they are notably thorough by the standard of high society's social gathering.
We have stationed
Oh,
guards
finally!
in the surrounding blocks. However, the Stewarts rejected our earlier security warning. As Nightingale said, the Stewarts seem strongly opposed to any MBCC involvement, so she's unable to deploy additional personnel.
I have one last question. As the MBCC chief, you did receive an official invitation. However, to avoid any potential political leverage during the election season, you declined the invitation and instead chose to attend in disguise under Cavendish's invitation name. Now I look perfectly like an unremarkable bodyguard, do I? A soft chuckle comes through from the other end of the call. I think like that kind of it works for both
right
male and
outside the
female
mansion.
chief.
I'll provide immediate backup if anything happens.
Got it. Thank you, Hecate. It looks very feminine in my opinion. After the exchange with Hecate, you enter the main building of the mansion. Amidst melodious music and the aroma of fine delicacy and wine, this grand hall exudes magnificence, every detail reflecting the host's status and refined taste. The space bustles with guests exchanging pleasantry and information, all expressing their approval of this gathering. It hardly resembles a memorial service, but no one here seems to care anyway.
Terrible timing, huh? The corporation had just greenlit the funding for him before he kicked the bucket.
Don't do find a bottle of Jack Daniels.
If only this happened a little
Of course
sooner
it
or
is.
later, we wouldn't be in this mess.
What about the West District? I heard they're making demands about voting rights again.
Oh, please. If we let them in now, we can kiss the new mine goodbye forever. Even the Stewarts can't keep them in check.
who else could possibly? What about that MBCC chief? He wields quite a bit of influence, doesn't he? The Stewarts sent him an invitation as well. If we could rope him in, we might just...
While these refined social elites carry on with their agitated and uninhibited chatter, you stand right behind them, sipping lemonade from a wine glass and adjusting your sunglasses. Despite your miserably poor disguise, no one has seen through it yet. Apparently, these high-class people don't care about you as much as they claim. Or perhaps you should thank some others for attracting the spotlight. After all, even you find your gaze drawn to them. Oh, this is the MK. Under the dazzling crystal chandeliers and surrounded by the lavishly dressed crowd, two ladies in black stand close together, captivating all gazes and sparking whispered conversations. Among them, you immediately recognize Elvira Stewart. Bernadette mentioned she just turned 16, but she appears much smaller and frailer than her age would suggest, seemingly even more timid than in her photo. You focus on the audio feed in your earpiece. After entering, you have carefully selected several targets in the crowd and planted listening device on them. As luck will have it, one of your targets is positioned close to Elvira. You tune into the corresponding channel to monitor the situation. However, what comes through the channel is far from pleasant.
Still no words, huh? Prime Minister's death is a loss, but this isn't over. You owe us the truth. Your father came to see you the night before it happened. What was that for?
What? The crowd surround her like vultures, their downward gaze oppressive as they press for the girl's answer.
Better be honest with us, young lady. Do you really think the Stewarts can protect you forever?
Wait, if this is what is MK, then MK was an asshole. While the young girl remains silent, the pale-faced woman standing before her stepped in.
Mr. Stewart was so devoted to his duties that he rarely came home. He was a man of discretion and confidentiality, never bringing his work home. Thank you for your concern for our young lady.
I was asking Miss Stewart.
The young lady gets distress whenever speaking of her father. This may not be the most opportune time. We will make sure to pay you a proper visit once she's ready.
Her voice gentle, yet her words carry unmistakable firmness as she subtly positioned herself between the girl and the hostile gaze of the crowd. Meanwhile, another message cuts in through your earpiece.
Chief, we've got some info on that lady. She's a butler, secretly hired by Stewart to look after his daughter.
Is a butler? She literally looks like probably the wife or something.
Stewart kept them under wraps, so all we found out for now is her name. Yilena.
Yilena. That explains the woman's behavior. She's simply carrying out her duties.
With such a grand reception tonight, isn't it the Stewart's wish to introduce their secret young lady? Disregarding your employer's wishes wouldn't be the smartest move, I'm afraid.
Don't upset those in charge, miss, or you might be
I thought
fired.
she was her mother.
You don't want things to look bad,
No,
do you?
the mother is unknown, and David Stewart never married, according to Bernadette.
You are indeed correct. I must exert every effort to retain my job. Mr. Stewart had specified in his will that should anything unexpected occur, he wanted me to continue to care for Elle as her legal guardian.
Elle, like...
Therefore, unless directed otherwise by the court, I will uphold an amicable relationship with the stewards. I am committed to fulfilling my responsibilities till the end.
The butlers respond with a composed smile, defying the expected submissive demeanor. Her calculated arrogance riles up the crowd, capturing all their attention. She's protecting the girl.
Yes, We've heard that when the Stewarts picked up the girl from her residence, they had a brutal clash with the staff there. All the guards were forced to leave while she was the only one staying by Elvira's side.
Was she injured? Because there's something off about her moving. She's trying to act normal, but is she trying to hide her wound from the girl? Truly one of strength she is, resolute and loyal to the core.
Our radical prime minister himself handpicked her to protect his daughter. She must be very trustworthy.
But apparently the people behind you hold a different perception of her.
I bet she's David Stewart's lover. A woman with that kind of history watching over his illegitimate daughter? She's really out of her league here. Quite a looker, though. Just the type men would go crazy for. No wonder Stewart kept her under wraps. Seems like our Prime Minister has his own share of dirty laundry, Now that's the story someone should dig into.
I don't know why I want to punch this guy. You frown, disgust welling up inside you. Yet these vulgar topics quickly capture the interest of the supposedly refined elites.
No wonder. Any woman who caught the Prime Minister's eye must be quite something. Surely she won't tell you anything if you ask her straight out, but... if it were me there, I'd play it like this.
While the woman continues, you catch someone in the distance echoing the same venomous words through your earpiece, almost as if on cue.
You must really care about Miss Yilena, right, Elle? Oh, how sweet to have such an intimate maid. Unfortunately, it'll be just the two of you in the future, almost like a widow and her daughter. Would you call her mother when it's just you two, little lady?
The approach proved very effective as Yelena's voice grows evidently heavy with tension.
This must be a misunderstanding. Miss Stewart's mother is someone else entirely.
Oh, please. You're so caring for Mr. Stewart's daughter. He must have felt so indebted to you. He's not one to trust easily. Didn't have a wife, yet kept a beauty like you by his side.
I don't like this kind of talk.
What happened to him was truly tragic. It's a rare chance we're all here tonight. You can tell us your story. We're so concerned about you and the girl's mother.
Please step back. Elle's mother was...
Yilena is not my mother!
The girl's abrupt outburst plunged the room into a profound silence. Still standing behind Yilena, she struggles to hold back tears, her face flushed with emotion.
My mother, she went to heaven a long, long time ago. I've been waiting for her to come back and see me. Yilena has been with me all the time. She has nothing to do with my father. She promised to stay by my side until Mother comes back.
Elle.
The guardian places a gentle hand on the frail girl's shoulder. She trembles at the touch, her voice growing softer.
I'm not lying. Yelena's not my mother. Don't you be mean to her.
There's something off about her demeanor. Her words come out disjointed, her expression somewhat unnatural. After a moment of silence, a clamor erupts in the banquet hall, resonating like a thunderclap.
She can't speak. Hey, look at her! She can't even speak properly!
Wow.
No wonder David never brought her to the family. Oh, I'm almost feeling sorry for him.
Their blunt laughter of mockery instantly engulfed the two of them. You feel your blood boiling with anger. Aren't they the Prime Minister family? Isn't the girl Stewart own flesh and blood? What are these people even? Soon your eyes find the patriarch of the Stewart family, the late Prime Minister brother and the host of the service. His face appears gloomy as he watches everything unfold in silence, yet a twisted smile creeps across his lips. Bastard. Did he arrange this just to humiliate his brother's child? What a piece of trash.
Chief, stay put. They aren't in any immediate danger. You can't risk exposing yourself. Please, keep still. The Stewarts aren't like other houses.
Hello,
Though
Ian.
they're
Sorry
waning, their influence still runs
to better
deep.
story or event. I was hoping to
Even our superiors have to be cautious dealing
Really?
with them. Don't confront them directly.
Ian, sir, I think I'm doing fine right now. Nothing's wrong. I understand. You clench your fist tightly, watching in silence as the crowd grows more restless.
Hey, what did your father tell you? Holding high hopes for you, did he? Or was it all just lies? Did he ever love you?
Don't come. Go away.
What are you asking those kinds of questions for? You're scaring her. We still need her to cooperate and tell the truth.
That's not the kind of voice I'm expecting from the MK.
Truth? From a moron? I say we just ask her who her real mother is. Even in death, he's so pathetic. Stewart's glory days are long gone. His supporters must be crying their eyes out.
Please stay back.
People on Reddit made tons of posts about this already. Strange. I mean, like, I encounter some bugs, but it's not really make it unplayable. The butler shields the young girl, visibly struggling to contain her fury. You know all too well how difficult it is to maintain composure at a time like this.
Chief, hang in there. We'll find a way to help you. Just a bit more patience. Please.
To be honest, I'm kind of like expecting it. Like, because it's such a big update, there must be something wrong, I guess. I know. But I'm about to lose it. Oh shit. The prolonged stress combined with the overwhelming pressure of the current situation finally breaks the young girl. She collapsed to the ground retching, tears streaming down her face, only to elicit even more vicious mockery from the crowd.
Now she's puking! Look at her. This girl needs a mommy. Anyone who knows how to babysit?
Whoa, this family is shit. Unable to bear it any longer, you push through the crowd. Your mind races through potential options. Evacuate the two in your current disguise as a security guard. Demand action from the Stewart family hat. Or simply pull out your credential to intimidate these people. Just then, an unusual disturbance jolts you back from your sitting anger. A killing intent and a wave of mania fleeting yet formidable. This is Sina? Oh. The massive crystal chandelier abruptly comes crashing down, followed by the appearance of several dark figures. Before anyone can make out the situation, the woman who had laughed the loudest has her throat slit. Whoa! And the killer turns out to be more puppets burst in through the windows like a savage pack, sending the noble guests screaming and scattering in all directions, their blades piercing through anyone in their path, but their true targets are those two.
Elle!
Nightmare crashes through the window wall, its power tearing apart the puppets lunging at the pair. As the debris rains down, Yilena pulls Elvira into her arms, and then... Wait, Chief can summon Nightmare? Ooh. Almost instantly she spots you among the fleeing crowd, her eyes lock with yours. She sees Nightmare and out of instinct starts searching for its summoner. Before you can fully grasp the situation, you see the most desperate cry for help in her eyes. Save her, please.
She's
I know. Enemy contact. Let's move. Nightmare, follow me to protect the target. Ah, okay. This kind of a bug, you mean? Oh god, they just attack from behind.
I can eradicate any threats, if that's what it takes to guarantee your safety.
Oh, there is two here.
Ready? We're going on TV now!
I need her to do more breaking.
Huh? Are they even a match for me?
Okay, fine. I'll go. I'll go.
You must huh? You must deploy Yilena? How? I'm curious, how do you even do it, like, if you don't have Yilena? Luckily I have though. Where is she?
Rest assured, and leave it in my hands.
Oh, but there was none just now. Hey.
Here comes the breaking news!
In the name of almighty love.
Here comes the breaking news!
Listen, the rain is coming.
Here comes the breaking news!
Good show's about to start.
In the name of...
Listen, the
Oh,
rain
shit.
is coming.
Messing with my people? Die!
Good show's about to start.
Hey, there's one more.
Good show's about to start.
Here comes the breaking news!
In the name of almighty love. In the name of almighty love.
Here comes the
In the name of almighty love.
Listen, let the dance begin.
Messing with my people? Die!
Good show's about to start.
Shit, I just...
In the name of almighty
Here comes the breaking
Kinda screw up here.
Good show's
Hey.
about to start.
Surprisingly, he died fast. I was thinking also the same. After taking down the last puppet, advancing through the hall, you can finally approach your targets. When you turn to them, the two visibly tense up, with Elvira flinching further behind Yilena. After a moment's thought, you decide to adopt a cover identity. I'm semi-covered. Miss Bernadette Coven is also holds great respect for the former Prime Minister. She is deeply concerned for the safety of his family and has entrusted me with protecting the two of you. Confusion lingers on the Guardian face. She evidently doesn't recognize your supposed employer, and this only makes the request seem more suspicious. But now isn't the time to dwell on such details. An explosive noise erupts outside, followed by constant gunshots and screams, a stark reminder that the battle isn't over. You quickly establish contact with Hecate. How's the situation?
There's still a sizable group at the East Gate, all underground puppets of the same type. The sorcery is likely deployed somewhere nearby. Quite a few guests have fled outside the building, some of them already injured. Their situation is dangerous. We've received orders to prioritize their protection at all costs.
Puppets of a new type, VIP protection. These phrases trigger memories of the cabinet massacre, where elite hush units were decimated. If your companions outside were to confront such formidable enemies, you don't even dare to entertain that thought. Tell everyone not to take unnecessary risks. I'll be right there. You turn to the people behind you, several ladies of status and some civilians who couldn't escape in time. A few others have remained, seemingly in an attempt to protect the vulnerable ones around them. Looks like some of these dignitaries still have guts, particularly this disheveled but dignified gentleman. You compose yourself and give him a respectful nod. Sir, will you please escort them to safety? The evacuation route is that way, and take a right at the end. The enemies are all gathering at the east gate. I will draw their attention away from you. Don't worry, I'll make sure you get out safely. The man gazes at you for a moment before firmly grasping your hand in a gesture of solemn promise.
I'll get them to safety and wait for your return. You have my word.
Can we trust him? He seems like a genuinely reliable person, but more importantly, one of your listening devices is planted on him. In the event of any mishap, you will be able to react promptly. I mean, someone who smile like that seems very sly. Thank you, sir. Before leaving, you want to check on the girl one last time, but someone steps forward to block your way. Once again, the butler positions herself protectively in front of the young girl. Her eyes meet yours without hostility, yet they are unmistakably filled with dread. You realize you are not the only one to blame. It's an instinctive response born from years of constant uncertainty. Acknowledging this, you take a step back. It's alright now. I'm here to protect you. I won't come closer without your permission. I promise. I just want to check on Miss Stewart's condition. She's just experienced severe shock and has shown intense physical reaction. Now.
I will protect her.
I see. From here on, please stay by her side at all times. I will draw the enemies away while you escort the young lady to safety with the others. Get to shelter as quickly as possible. At least you are not alone anymore. There are some people ready to protect you. People who genuinely want to keep you safe.
Thank you.
At last, her tension melts away as she gives you a graceful nod of appreciation.
This way! Hurry!
You wait until everyone disappears down the corridor before steeling yourself and leaving the mansion to embrace the battle ahead. It looks like John Wick house. Outside the mansion, a scene of chaos unfolds. The casualties are not severe. A majority of the combat forces are still assigned to offer comfort to the distinguished guests in great shock.
Chief, this way.
Hecate! Are you okay?
I'm fine, and so is everyone else. The enemies are not too hard to deal with, having only caused minimal damage. But they move too fast. With so many civilians on site, we need more time to secure the area.
Seeing Hecate's composure puts your mind at ease. Your attention quickly turns to the puppet pinned to the ground by Nightmare. The puppet matches the model of those that attack the cabinet, but inexplicably you feel something is amiss. Since earlier in the mansion, you have noticed that these puppets only possess limited combat abilities and also lack intelligence. They wouldn't pose much of a threat if there weren't so many civilians to protect here. Then, how did these unremarkable puppets manage to take down the elite Hush units guarding the cabinet? While you are lost in contemplation, the roar of engines suddenly reverberates through your earpiece.
Chief!
As if triggered by a signal, the puppets suddenly activate in unison, their heads snapping in the same direction. A car bursts through the back gate of the mansion, and you see a few familiar faces inside.
We made it out. Still got room in the car. Should we go back for more?
Sir, they're too far away, and the monsters have already spotted us. We should leave now. Our current passengers should come first.
This will be.
All right then, open the roof. I'll give him a shout.
What is this music? As the car speeds past, you see the sunroof open and a man in a dark red suit spring up, waving energetically at you. This is MK Dim Sum?
Hey, bro! I'm gonna take him to safety first. Come find us once you clean up this mess. I'll be waiting. The name's Max Key. Great to meet you, Chief of MBCC.
Max King, your future speaker that speaks for you. The leading contender Max King 27 cordial greeting to the esteemed MBCC chief. Howdy chief, I am Max King, the primary candidate in this election. I have always held your reputation in high regard and would like to extend my heartfelt greetings and deep respect to you. Max King, your future speaker that speaks for you. Okay, that is the same one. Howdy chief, I am Max King, the leading candidate in this election. I'm eagerly anticipating having a discussion with you. It's getting bigger. Howdy Chief, I've been closely following your remarkable career and your achievement never failed to impress me. It's striking how our view align. The song! Our view align on matters concerning the West District, FSC, and even Paradisois. We could kind of remind me of, I don't know, someone like Johnny Bravo. The name suddenly strikes you as familiar. It's the election candidate who has sent you 29 mails. His speedy exit, while being flashy, has attracted a trail of underground puppets hot on his heels, like a pack of wild dogs chasing after a running bone. That Chief! That fool. Hecate, after them!
Guess what I caught on camera? Ta-da! Let's go have some fun.
It takes you a few minutes to find a vehicle, and another good amount of time to fight through the horde of enemies. By the time your pursuit finally starts, the car has already built a considerable lead.
I'm sorry, Chief. Nightmare can't match their speed. But I can break their car with my power.
Isn't it the kid is inside? No, Hecate. They'll hurt the civilian. After giving Hecate a reassuring smile, you find Max King contact number that the agents just sent over and dial it in a fury.
Hello, this is the Max King campaign office.
And this is the MBCC chief. Stop the car.
Oh, Chief. Hi, I'm Mr. King's assistant. My apologies, but I'm currently driving. He has been eager to have a chat with you. Please
if you're
hold the line.
currently driving, why you pick up the phone?
Sir, it's the MBCC chief.
Oh, coming. One sec.
After a brief commotion of shuffling and fumbling, an overly booming voice finally comes through the terminal.
I know they were no match for you, Chief. No worries. The ladies are in good hands. They got my King's limousine here, plenty of room, bulletproof, and 100% great.
He's such a narcissist.
Even better, I have a top-notch driver who can shake off any pursuers in no time. You can rest assured without any doubt.
He can barely contain the excitement in his tone, clearly pleased with the present circumstances, which only fuels your rage even further. Pull over immediately. Captain Eugene, intercept them.
Copy that. Team A, move in.
Above the street, a helicopter thunders by, chasing the vehicle below. 3 minutes later, the assistant definitely not a good driver, picking up for
Chief,
driving.
they've gone round us. Target vehicle is turned into a narrow alley.
What? Wasn't it supposed to be a stretched limo? How did it fit into an alley?
My sincerest apologies, Chief. We just got a run-in with some unknown hostiles trying to intercept us. Thankfully, Adrian here is an exceptional driver and managed to slip away in time.
How do you even get to the alley
As a
though?
former FAC soldier, I do know a thing or two about driving.
Adrian, they can't hear you on the other end.
Actually, we can hear it very clearly.
He will. He has placed a listening device on you. He can hear everything.
Ooh, this Adrian, it seems very, very
Whoa,
dangerous.
brilliant! That's just what I'd expect from him.
Chief, are they bad people?
No, Hecate, they're just stupid people. They're just a smart ass. Stop the car! Mr. King, I was the one who intercepting you. Are you aware that your action could be considered kidnapping and hostage taking?
Kidnapping? Good heavens, what a huge misunderstanding. I'm here to rescue them, by your words no less. You told me to get them away from danger. Don't you remember?
Do you think that the face is kinda scary? No, I want you to pull over.
Yeah, I know. I'd love to meet you too, but there are monsters hot on our heels. Too risky to stop now. And that mania contamination, surely can't let them draw near the kid, right? Here's an idea, Chief. You take care of our pursuers, and I'll turn right back around to meet you.
That won't work. Stop the car first, then I will deal with your pursuer.
If I stop now, those monsters will be breathing down my neck in no time. Chief, you're the best in this city at handling them. Show them how it's done.
Nice try. What if you run away while I'm fighting?
Run away? Never gonna. The only running I'm interested in is straight to you. I've been eager to meet you for ages. Your backing in the election would mean everything to me.
Who give a shit? The chief just swearing?
That sounds like something Hella would say.
Yes.
Oh, now that's authentic syndicate slang. Just what I expect from the great hero of the West District. Talking like a true local.
I think Hella gives a lot of influence to shit. Right now, you can feel the absence of Hella and her legendary sharp tongue. If only she were here to verbally dismantle this guy. This is your final warning. If you really want to make an acquaintance with me, then right now, stop.
Sir.
Oh. Before your words could be finished, an unusual tremor shakes the ground. A deafening roar echoes through the communication line, cutting off the voice on the other end abruptly. What happened? Hey, can you hear me? You instinctively slam down on the gas, desperate to catch up. I think Chief missed Hella so much to the point he become Hella. You're almost there. It won't take long before you meet them. However, when you lay eyes on King's limousine, the sight before you is utterly horrifying. Oh no! A humanoid creature has torn open the car roof and is peering inside like a ghoul lifting the lid of a coffin. Only when it catches the sight of your approach does it straighten up. S9.
Is that our reinforcement?
She seems cool. Her clothing is charred by flames, the red glow unveiling a metallic body beneath. She is not from the underground, not a puppet. You can't discern what she truly is. but her hostile stance makes one thing clear. Is it a woman? I almost thought this is a guy. She's not one of us. She's not one of ours. As your attention is fixed on the imminent threat ahead, you abruptly perceive the stealthy approach of another presence. Who's there?
We are not enemies, Chief. I am Adrian Vale, Mr. King's butler.
Of course he's an NPC.
I sincerely apologize for the trouble we've caused, but please understand that it wasn't intentional.
Are you Mr. Carlson? The elderly man standing before you exudes a gentle demeanor, and the person he has been carrying on his back is none other than Max King, the speaker candidate himself.
Oh wait, those two are still...
Mr. King has fallen unusually quiet. His first exposure to a mania battlefield has taken a heavy toll on his mind, leaving him uttering incomprehensible words in a daze. The elderly man gazes with tender concern at his semi-conscious master, then offers you an apologetic look. Despite his grey hair and apparent age of at least 60, he seems completely unaffected by the mania contamination in the area.
That model, despite being a decade old, its performance remains outstanding even by today's standards.
Are they like Batman and Alfred? No,
She
no,
used to
that
be on the FAC
you mentioned it.
combat unit. I
Yeah,
came across
it's
several
kinda
of them
similar.
during my years of service. This model, in particular, is quite tough to deal with.
FAC is involved in this? The gravity of the situation may be beyond your imagination. Come on, just show her face. However, this isn't the time for such talk. You turn your attention back to the cyborg soldier and the vehicle hijacked by her. Behind you, the pursuing underground puppets have caught up, now also set on claiming the intercepted luxury car. Hecate, rescue the hostage first. Okay, I'm curious. Is she one of these? No, they are not. Yeah, none of them. Ah, I hate this part. Why you have to always... Okay, you know what? Just get them all. I think just leave it to Bianca.
Here comes the breaking news!
Listen. The rain is coming.
Here comes the breaking
In the name of almighty love.
Hey.
The show's about to start. Good show's about to start.
Here comes the breaking news!
Messing with my people? Die!
Oh, boss battle? Oh, this is... Oh, shoot. Ah! I'm too late to move it.
In the name of almighty love.
Here comes the breaking...
Listen. Listen. The rain is coming.
Messing with my people? Die!
She looks surprisingly normal when you look at the model. Oh! Still 5 and 7.
Here comes the...
Listen. The rain is coming.
Hey! You just suddenly spawned someone in there.
Good show's about to start. Good show's about to start.
In the name of almighty...
Listen. The rain is coming.
In the name of almighty love.
Good show's about to start.
Whew, that was so close. Okay, Sean. Ah, god damn it, he stunned me!
Good show's about
Sean.
to start.
In the name of Almighty.
Shit!
Here comes breaking the...
Let the dance begin.
Oh, he died very quickly. God damn it, he scared me.
Good show's about to start.
The underground puppets surging from behind wave finally been eliminated, and there are no more pursuer, but the problem before you remains unsolved. The humanoid beast remains perched atop the car, despite sustaining heavy damage in your recent battle. It shows no sign of relenting.
The target appears entirely unresponsive and displays no intention of backing down. Even with all possible manpower, it'd still be difficult to ensure the safety of the hostages. Chief, what should we do?
We don't know what happened inside the car. Time is not on our side. Let me give it a try. Oh no, that doesn't have a face. The enemy shows no sign of aggression in her posture. She simply crouched on the car, fixing you with an unwavering stare. Meanwhile, you take a step forward. Are you protecting them?
Chief?
Then we probably aren't enemies. Those two are likely injured and need medical attention. If you are with the FAC, we can work together.
That's a warning,
You're
Chief.
right, Lando, with this
Stay
stream.
back.
I don't know. Life has been
Stop.
stressful.
Sable.
Oh. Before the cyborg soldier can launch her assault, someone calls her off. A woman strained to push the door open, despite her previous injuries, which have likely been worsened by the pursuit. She still propels herself toward the soldier.
There's no point in fighting anymore. You've reached your limit too. Let me handle this.
The soldier hesitates, her red glow gradually dimming as she quietly collapses onto her knees. Suddenly a girl emerges from the car, hurrying forward to tightly embrace the damaged mechanical body, sobbing. Oh? Elvira exerts all her strength just to uphold the metallic body. Sensing that Yilena is about to leave, she frantically seized the butler's hand.
No, don't go. I'm scared. Please don't leave.
You cannot discern Yelena's words, but you see her bending down to hold them both in her embrace.
I'll be right back.
After these words, Yilena stands up and walks toward you alone. Some days later, she explains everything to you, S9's true identity and how she manipulated Max King to drive them away from the mansion amidst the chaos, all in an effort to protect Miss Stewart and facilitate her escape. But that is all far off in the future. For now, she merely reverts to the flawless, composed expression she exhibited at the memorial service.
I apologize for my companion's intense reaction. Since the passing of our master, we have been followed, deceived, and even threatened. They have left us on edge. We can't trust anyone. Miss Stewart has endured a great deal of suffering. Our only wish is to take her away from this place. The further, the better. But what just happened proved that the two of us alone can't protect her.
She forced a smile. Her words carry a bitter undertone. I don't mean to harm you.
I understand. You protected us. And as a result, We will follow your orders from now on.
What?
However, if I may make a humble request, please do not hand us over to any other forces, be it the Stewart family, the 9th Agency, or the FAC. Don't let any of them come at her again. If this exceeds your authority, or someone uses us as leverage against you, then, as a sinner, I turn myself into the MBCC.
She extends her hands towards you, raise up the universal gesture of surrender. Before your eyes, several chains float gently around her hands, a clear manifestation of mania power.
Arrest me, Chief, and take them both back to your bureau. They're key witnesses in my case, and the MBCC has the authority to detain them. In return, I will disclose everything. Prime Minister Stewart's activities, his connections, and potential suspects in his murder. All that I know. You attended the service in disguise, yet risked exposing yourself to protect us. All because we may still hold some value to you, perhaps? If that's the case, as long as you ensure their safety, I will strive to fulfill all your requirements.
You want to say that you are protecting them out of pure goodwill, but you recall the reason that led you to agree to this request initially. More importantly, you can see this in this woman's eyes. What kind of answer would convince her more? Her resolve is unshakable. She would rather put herself on the bargaining table than settle for promises of mere kindness. Yes, I want the truth. And for that, I need your insight. In exchange, I will protect both you and those you care about. You can trust me. As you speak, your companions move up to shield the shaken soldier and the young lady behind Yilena. Meanwhile, you extend your hand towards her outstretched hand. Eh? We shackle her? You stretch out your shackles through the gesture of a handshake, hoping to convey your good intention. In return, she gives you a gentle yet inscrutable smile.
Thank you. We will be counting on you, Chief.
Weren't you causing a scene back then?
But by the end of this, I don't think she will. I don't think we have her interrogation, right? So that means she's probably not caught yet by the end of chapter 14.
Hopefully I'll find some interesting news material.
We are back to Pine.
Just as Miss Pine predicted previously, Prime Minister's memorial service was ambushed by unknown attackers, and his daughter was kidnapped, her whereabouts still remaining a mystery. The renowned MBCC chief was also present during this attack, which further indicates the identity of the forces behind this incident.
Why does everyone can just immediately recognize Chief despite of him is in disguise?
The Underground poured too many resources into this bloodbath. It's not just some smokescreen. The kidnapped daughter might actually be the main act in this series of attacks. A supposedly minor character pushed into the spotlight. There are two possibilities here. Either the little girl has a greater say in the Stewart family than we thought, or she's just a trigger to pull out someone way more crucial.
That's quite a wild guess, Miss Pine.
Just a logical deduction. She might even be a sinner, and we're all aware of how capricious their powers can be. She may look like a young girl, but for all we know, she could possibly be older than any of us.
Whoa.
Some said she might know some secrets from the late Prime Minister.
During the cabinet explosion, they took out Stewart without breaking a sweat. If they were after political intelligence, why not just grill him for answers? You saw it yourself.
Both that blowhard and the MBCC chief showed up there. It must have been something big going on. Or even more. It's like last year. All these strikes, just another round of smoke screens to keep the departments busy, while an even bigger bombshell is waiting to drop. Or maybe the underground isn't the only one pulling the strings. But who else in this city could pull
I
off
feel like
things
Pine
like
is
this?
like trying to foreshadowing something. We need to listen to Pine even more close.
Miss Pine?
Pine mutters to herself incessantly, her usual detachment entirely absent. Her words come increasingly faster, the growing excitement within sending a chill down the host's spine.
What if there's another mysterious force I don't know yet, stirring things up from the shadows?
From underground to Moonsmoke next. As Pine lets out an eerie chuckle, the screen floods with comments. It's as though her enthusiasm is contagious, prompting the viewers to frantically type out their own theories.
Whatever they want, this is far from the end. The election drama is just beginning. Finally, something to get my blood pumping again. Now then, which party will make the next move, and who will be the target?
Thank you, Miss Pine, for another fascinating sharing. Now let's move on to our usual dose of trendy gossip.
Pine has been pretty sharp so far.
A 20-meter-tall Max King sky dancer recently lands downtown, rising as a new urban landmark. Miss Cavendish's debate performance smashed viewer records, her verbal showdown rivaling blockbuster shows. As attacks across the city escalate, shopping centers are rolling out huge sales of civilian weapons. Max King stars as a superhero in what might be the most outrageous campaign ad ever aired.
I actually want to see.
A mystery poll reveals that over 90% of residents are indifferent to the outcome of the upcoming election. Candidates attract what might be the youngest supporters ever, as parents begin naming their newborns after the election hopefuls.
If there's actually the third party, I wonder who is it. It could be maybe Suspect R? In the early hours, FAC soldiers still diligently continue their patrol of the base. Apart from their weighty footsteps, not even a whisper can be heard throughout the entire facility. Within the monitoring room, rows of screens exhibit live footage from around the base. The images remain stagnant, depicting everything as seemingly ordinary. Suddenly, a static crackle breaks the oppressive silence. A faint blue light flickers briefly in the corner of a monitor screen, only to vanish without a trace shortly after. Directly beneath the security camera, a dozen military machines stands motionlessly, deprived of power, but with the flickering of the blue light, their mechanical arms rise slowly into the air, emitting soft screech. They're going that way, seriously. Actually, hey, where are we fighting FAC member?
Here comes the breaking news!
Listen.
In the name of almighty love.
Here comes the breaking news!
Good show's about to start.
Oh, another one that I bet he can. Another like what do you call it? What did the annoying one from Rustfire?
Let the dance begin.
In the name of almighty love.
What do you call it? That enemy that you only can block by 2 feet by an Endura. And can refresh
Listen.
the...
In the name of
son of a...
almighty love.
Right. Okay, let's see.
Messing with my pick.
Good show's about to start. Good show's about
Crap.
to start.
Okay, I didn't know that he can do that. Right. Sure.
In the name of almighty.
Listen. The rain is coming.
I think it's gonna die pretty quickly. Okay, this is the guy.
Here comes the breaking news.
Listen.
In the name of almighty love.
Oh, this time it died very quickly.
Messing with my people? Die!
They're kind of a waste, to be honest. I bet we're gonna see him more.
Listen. The rain is coming.
Here comes the breaking
In the name of almighty love.
Listen.
In the name of all.
Here comes the breaking news.
In the name of.
Here comes the breaking news.
Oh shit! Forgot about this.
Good show's about to start. Good show's about to start. Good show's about to start.
Darren, please!
Good show's about to
Ah!
start.
Why doesn't kill him?
Weren't you causing a scene back then? Well then what?
I'm gonna do it later. What a disgrace.
Stay close. I have to at least take you back alive.
In the aftermath of the Crimson Obsequies, the repercussion of the cabinet attack continues to escalate. Despite effort to regulate the dissemination of information, the rise in independent media engagement has considerably complicated the management of public opinion. Analysis of the underground puppets collected from the scene suggests the orchestrator of both incidents are likely one single underground group. This marks the underground's first large-scale overt attack against East Side elite in years, indicating their target scope extends beyond the Stewart family. Evidently, this is just the beginning, with the FSCU unusually facing numerous restrictions during the election season. The situation risks further deterioration. It's really hard to pronounce. In a secure conference room, three people sit with thick stack of documents before them. The first person to finish sets down the report and starts drumming her fingers on the table, tap after tap.
What a show.
Langley.
The Underground sure knows how to spice up the election.
Langley blanket.
I heard some FAC folks were at the scene. Seems like a touchy subject. Those old foxes giving you trouble?
She looks up at the veteran soldier across the table.
Me?
Oh.
What for? It's just 2 retired soldiers who left the service over a decade ago, working for their new employers.
I forgot that
That's
this
what
guy
the
is
investigation
still
will
alive.
show.
Wasn't he like got blown up in Flora Unfurl or something?
Better be careful. They've got their eyes on you more than they do on the underground these days.
Doesn't matter. We're not here for small talk, are we? Let's get to business. You've been to Edge, and why didn't you request to postpone the election? After what has happened, voters across the city are in an agitated state. With in-person voting, polling stations will be jam-packed on election day. If the underground decides to make any move, the consequences will be catastrophic.
Consequences? They're more afraid of what a delay would bring. It's our beacon's big show that happens once every 4 years. The world's watching this. If this city displays even a hint of vulnerability, the vultures will start circling. Looks like we'll have to put in some overtime and catch our enemy quickly. So, Chief, how's the investigation shaping up?
We are here.
I heard you lucked out and got a front row seat for the second assault. What did you see?
Both leaders of the FSC and the 9 agency turned their gazes toward the third person in the room. You, who has remained silent since entering.
Feeling nervous about having your first meeting with your old boss?
Indeed. Please be gentle with me. There are many factors at play in these cases. I'm still trying to piece things together.
Is it related to the underground's dark web and the new puppet model? Right. Those investigations do tend to eat up time.
Yes, the investigation on those mania-related cases is still in process, but there's more to it than that. I would also like to approach it from another way, to see who might have the motive to exterminate David Stewart and all his families.
You're saying there's someone else?
You not. Coco is here. The underground has always been discreet, pulling strings behind the scenes. Both the dark web and the garden serve as their tools, and they've gone to great lengths to leave no trace when triggering the black rings. This time, however, they're acting with no scruples. Now, given that the Stewart cabinet was never interested in controlling Mania, they should have posed no apparent threat to the underground. But even so, they were murdered in such a brutal way. Well, as the heads of the 3 anti-Mania departments, if we are still alive and kicking here, we must be terrible at our jobs. Apparently the underground thinks we are less of a concern than the little Stewart girl. Langley lets out a laugh while the commander remains expressionless.
Go on.
Someone else want them dead. I've heard that Stewart was quite radical in city matters. He probably met some formidable enemies, stood in someone's way, or learned things over the years that weren't meant to be known. The stress of running for re-election could be taking its toll on him, leading to some erratic behavior. It's possible that someone viewed him as a threat and wanted him dead, with his daughter being targeted for the same reason. They might have gained damaging information on someone, or the assailant just believe they know something. It could be the underground, or people who have dealings with them.
So, you think the underground has weaseled their way into the top brass, and now you're playing detective all on your own.
Sensing a shift in the atmosphere, you collect yourself and carefully consider how to address her pointed question. Yes, you tasked me with uncovering the truth, so I've been investigating those I found suspicious, and have obtained some intelligence. Max King, a notable personality in East Side, having worn many hats: judge, musician, writer, explorer, and businessman. However, he is most recognized as a leading social media influencer, with his account MK commanding a massive following across all platforms. After the Square Black Ring incident, he decided to redirect his business endeavor towards the West District. His subsequent declaration to enter the election race has garnered even greater public interest. Adrian failed, serving in the FAC until NF-103, after which he roamed with Syndicate before dropping off the grid for a period. Rumor has it that he met Max King during his lowest point, eventually becoming his assistant and butler. As per Fail Service record, he participated in numerous pivotal operations throughout his service, garnering considerable merits and earning high esteem from his superior. Notably, S9 was also a former FAC soldier who was discharged in NF-103. Unlike Adrian Fail, S9 chose to stay in Eastside afterwards, taking up covert security work for the city upper class. For veterans like them, working as a private security for influential figure is indeed a decent career path.
I know some candidates are in a desperate situation. They might try to use you for their own ends. Be careful, Chief. Steer clear of those politicians.
These words remind you of a recent memory.
Hey, no sweat. Fighting alongside you totally made this scratch worthwhile. I definitely got the better end of the deal. We might not have much time together today, but one day, you'll see who I really am. For now, just remember one thing. Your actions have ignited a fire in many hearts. In the near future, they will all stand with you as allies.
You think I have ulterior motives? That I'm seizing this chance to approach you, rope you in, and earn your trust to vote for me? That would be undignified and unnecessary. Since you don't have a liking for politicians like me, I won't trouble you beyond today. This is just a one-time personal request. To protect a child who has recently lost her loved one.
Both of them have approached you. Whatever they say, you've probably already been used as their pawn. Not that it matters. All this information is provided directly by those in the incident and can be easily verified. But whenever I try to delve into the death records of the cabinet attack or the guest list from the memorial service, I keep being told that these VIPs and Eastside big shots have special privacy privilege, and that I have no authority to inquire into their affairs. As you say this, you shift your gaze towards Langley, who returns it with a smile.
Because investigating them is the 9th Agency's turf.
May I ask if you found anything?
No one has been confirmed to be involved so far. They're all too caught up in the election frenzy.
What about Cavendish?
Oh, totally slipped my mind. She's the one who gave you the invite, isn't she? Don't worry, she's well aware she's under a spotlight. She'll play nice.
Her deliberately fake response makes it hard to verify whether they are truly old acquaintance, as Bernadette Cavendish claimed, and even harder to discern her true intention in approaching you. Speaking of like old acquaintance, so that means that maybe Langley is around the same age as Bernadette.
Look, the 9th Agency holds the reins when it comes to probing these VIPs because our agents know their boundaries, skilled enough to gather intel and discreet enough to keep secrets. So save your breath trying to squeeze info out of me. After all, don't you already have your own little inside track? The Stewarts are still hounding me about finding his missing niece, but strangely, I don't see any mention of this in your reports.
Clearly, this inquiry is not a casual one. She's waiting for your answer. I think good. DNA tests have verified that the girl is indeed David Stewart's daughter, but she has no public records, and her mental state has consistently been unstable. She has experienced significant suffering both before and after the attack. The trauma has led to a high fever, making her unable to communicate for now. Yilena was hired by then Counselor Stewart in NF-107 and has been Elvira caretaker for 7 years. Prior to this role, she held positions at several educational institutions. Many testing has verified her as an A-class sinner with a catalyst tendency. What? Does it mean that she's going to race later? At the time of the cabinet assault, both she and Elvira were at David Stewart private residence and did not leave. Why I'm suspecting she gonna be the final boss. Like she gonna go manic racing from A rank into S rank at the end or something. According to FSC record, Sable wasn't regularly discharged but rather dismissed from the FSC due to inadequate performance during an operation. After that, she was immediately recruited by Counselor Stewart. Since NF-103, Sable has served as Elvira's personal bodyguard.
That's all they told you?
Yes. It seems the late Prime Minister didn't place as much trust in them as one may assume. These three were kept hidden away because he saw them as nothing but stains on his reputation.
That's just their side of the story. Chief, if you're too nice to grill them, how about bringing them over to the 9th Agency? I could give you a crash course in interrogation tactics.
Please do not hand us over to any other forces, be it the Stewart family, the 9th Agency, or the FAC. Don't let any of them come at her again.
That won't be necessary. I have my own ways of getting to the truth. There's also a name list that might interest you. They agreed to stay under my care, with certain conditions. I will take full responsibility for my sinners. Langley takes the document from you, quickly scans it, and breaks into a smile.
All right, chill out. I was just pulling your leg. Let them stay with you. It suits me just fine. Might even be more effective with you at the helm. I'm out. Got a long queue outside my interrogation room waiting for me. Keep your witnesses well protected, Chief. Many folks seem jittery about that secret daughter's existence during my interrogations. That speaks volumes about her value. Don't let her fall into anyone else's hands, and make sure she stays breathing.
After delivering her final words, she leaves promptly, likely with a multitude of tasks awaiting her attention. As the meeting draws to a close, the FAC Commander-in-Chief also rises from his seat.
FAC's main forces will be deployed to the DC frontline during the upcoming election month. Urban security will be jointly managed by MBCC and the Public Security Bureau. Your adjutant has received all relevant data and permissions. Contact me if anything comes up.
Commander, a moment please. The commander halts in his track, turning around to face you. There are still many questions about the attackers, and I need more information on the crime scene. I've heard about an incident within the FSC base yesterday. Does it have anything to do with the cases? May I request an investigation? The commander's expression remains unchanged, but you can't shake the feeling of his prosthetic eyes scrutinizing you.
It's just some malfunctioning old equipment. No cause for alarm. FAC will take care of this.
You find the response far from satisfactory. You carefully weigh your words before finally speaking up again. These incidents aren't just the underground's doing. There are multiple layers of mystery at play here. Moreover, with the FAC forces receiving an unusual deployment order, Commander, could someone higher up be trying to...
FAC will handle it. There's no need for concern.
Perhaps realizing his response might sound too harsh, he pauses for a moment before speaking again.
Chief, you do have sharp instincts. But be careful not to let them lead you astray. Especially in the shadows, where you can easily lose your way. These are sensitive times. Focus on your duties and stay true to yourself. This is the only advice I can give you. Protect yourself. And the citizens. Their safety is in your hands now.
As you head back to the bureau, you reflect on those words. The investigation team maintains neutrality, just like your three agencies do. It's precisely because none of you have direct obligation to any factions that you were entrusted with this task. But there's no doubt about it, you've sensed an enormous shadow looming over you, and now, more so than during any previous mania crisis, you are closer than ever to the root of this darkness. The 9 agencies safeguarding secrets for certain people, FAC, deeply feared by certain people, and then there's MBCC and yourself. Their definition of your role still failed. This case resembles a key, guiding you further into this city depth, towards yet another shrouded mystery. Engrossed in this thought, you suddenly realize the car hasn't moved for quite some time. Oh. Are we there yet?
No, Chief. We're stuck here.
What? Ah! Oh no. Before you can react, multiple hands suddenly start slamming against the window beside your ear.
It's the MBCC! Stop him!
How can they even know?
Is it true that you attended the Stewart memorial service? Why did they invite you? There's something fishy going on with the Prime Minister's death, right?
Wow, Chief is a celebrity now.
You allied with Max King? Do you think that the West District is now back in the MK group? What does your boss say about your decision? Has the West District turned its back on the Cavendish family? Has Miss Matilda Cavendish officially broken ties with her family? Are you also joining the fray? As a West District rep or on your own? What are your campaign strategies, and do your supporters align with your stance? Chief! Chief! Over here, this way!
The door is violently wrenched open, and the crowd surges toward you like a horde of corruptors. What the hell? Ugh. Please calm down. This is classified information. I can't talk about it. I won't... What is going on here? And then we decide to beat them up with our sinner. Oh shoot, this is you know what, I'm gonna change my team.
If this scene could be reenacted, what would be execution time?
EMB, where are you?
I have to go.
I'll release them. Gaze into the abyss.
Can I move her? Yeah, go.
You forced me to do this! You forced me to do this!
Oh, this is a tank? Is she a tank? Why she's not attacking? Oh my god.
Time to die.
Please enjoy the show.
Death is your only destination.
Let the dance begin.
You forced me to do this! You forced me to do this! You forced me to do this!
Time to die. show.
Just 24? What the hell? I just realized that Nox is not finished with her ultimate yet. Oh, did she just finish? Okay.
And sink.
You forced me to do this! You forced me to do this!
Why EMB getting weaker?
Yes. Tear apart. And time to die.
Please enjoy the show.
Is your own destination.
7-1.
You forced me to do this! You forced me to do this!
She didn't get healed though by Heimal. I think I moved too much.
You forced me to do this! You forced me to do this!
Time to die.
You forced me to do this!
EMB is on fire. Hamel probably already like get the entire field.
Please enjoy the show.
You forced me to do this!
Oh shit, this is a lot.
Yes. Tear apart. And sink into the pits. Tear apart.
Where's Nox?
And sink into the sea. Time to die.
Let the dance begin.
Oh, that side is so many.
Death is your only destination.
Oh shit, sorry EMB.
Yes. Tear apart. And sink into the sea.
By the time Bureau personnel arrive to scatter the crowd and escort you back to your office, half an hour has already elapsed. Only now do you finally find out what has happened.
Yes, during the Veer's Mansion attack, the MBCC chief and I worked together to organize rescue efforts and quell the unrest.
Crap.
I can't disclose the specifics, but yes, I'm referring to the legendary chief. I've been tracking his endeavors for a long time. Our perspectives align remarkably on matters concerning mania, FAC, and issues within the West District. This incident has forged a profound bond between us, as we both aspire to change this city. What? Chief stated he wouldn't interfere with the election right from the start? Oh, sure. Let's just roll with that. But remember, actions speak louder than words. And more importantly, what do we think when we look at him? Look at him. Look at all those who are fighting like him. Our city may have lost its way. Reality may have left you disappointed. But as long as we have people like them, we can still believe in change for our city. My friends, ask your hearts. If they still yearn for something better, then step out of your homes and make your votes count. This is our chance to seize our destiny. If we wish to change our city, let it start with ourselves! Staying passive won't pave the way to a brighter tomorrow. We must take part in shaping our own future. Believe, take action, and cast your vote for me,
I am not.
Together! Together! Oh, win? So he's been using you for publicity. It seems that you truly can't place trust in anyone running for election.
Who on earth is voting for him?
Wait, Harina, you have like just sing with Win.
I'm so mad! It's all Chief's doing, but he's taking all the credit, and even rubbing it in our faces. And then he's even got the nerve to send you that message saying he's going to visit you. Ugh! What a politician! So shameless! All this for votes! Chief, don't meet with him. You're too soft-hearted, and you're too easily fooled by people like that.
Win, don't say that. While Win keeps chattering away, your thought drifts entirely elsewhere. Your association with the mansion incident has been exposed, and there is no telling what complication this might further cause. You must find the real culprit, fast. Right now, you desperately need leads, intel, anything at all. Has Yilena provided any new information?
No, nothing new after that.
Then arrange another meeting. I will ask her myself.
Chief, you've already done enough for today. I think it's best if you take a break now.
No need for that. There's still a lot on the agenda, and time is running short. Hold on, what's that? On one of the monitor screens, you catch a glimpse of an unexpected figure.
The revelry
Wait,
is
who?
over.
What?
Rest in peace.
Don't tell me Max is actually
I will take
inside MBCC now. We are so close to the end.
You want me to come along? Sure. I'd be glad to go with you.
November 30. Underground training ground. The training ground is eerily quiet at midnight, yet the only person training there remains exceptionally elusive. She's too small and thin. What? You like shooting? Startled by your sudden presence, she hastily withdraws her raised hands back to her chest. Though she seems to have forgotten there was no actual gun in her hands, only fingers mimicking one.
I wasn't...
As she tries to run away, she trips over her own feet and tumbles to the ground. When you move closer to help her up, she flinches a few more inches in fear. Alright, I'll step back. Don't be scared. But you're hurt. You need to visit the infirmary. Should I get Yilena?
Wait.
She hurriedly grabs your arm.
I sneaked out. Please don't tell Yilena.
Alright, I won't tell her. Would you like me to take a look at it? Sensing no objection from her, you bring over a chair, help her sit down, and examine her injury. It will heal in a few days, but you will need to hide it well. Otherwise, Yilena might notice when you get back. I know how you feel. When I was young and found myself in trouble, I was also afraid of my mom finding it out and giving me a long lecture. She lets out a quiet chuckle, only to quickly catch herself.
That's not how it is. Yilena never lectures me.
Then you don't want to make her worry? The girl remains silent. I understand. When your food gets better, you don't need to sneak out in the middle of the night. Just come over and have fun whenever you like. There are kids your age at the bureau, and they love coming here too. They always have lots of fun. Maybe you could all become friends. And we will all help you keep it a secret from Yilena. The girl's effort to hold back her laughter is endearing. You wonder what else you could chat about with her. Before you can think of anything else to say, the air suddenly grows colder, and a voice emanates from behind you.
What's there
Oh,
to keep
shoot.
from me?
You recognize Yelena's voice, though it's somewhat like in usual warm. Footsteps draw near slowly. Her figure glides past you and halts in front of Elvira, bending down to examine the girl's injured foot.
You should have been more careful. Take ample rest the next few days. Sable will be here shortly to carry you back to your room.
Don't you think that she's kind of overprotective?
Yilena, are you angry with me?
Yes, I am angry. I'm angry because you sneaked out to play at this late hour. Now go back to your room.
Will you go with me?
Yelena shakes her head with a smile.
Chief still has some words with me.
As he speaks, Yelena rises and gently places her hand on your shoulder. Grasping her signal, you offer Elvira a reassuring smile. See you tomorrow. Elvira hesitated for a moment before finally returning your smile. A few minutes later, the bodyguard comes to escort her away. Now, only you and Yelena remain at the training ground. Silver thread cut through the dim underground expanse. Amidst the quiet, you can sense power coursing through them, all the while with her hand remaining on your shoulder. With a sharp chill, one thin, taut silver thread brushes against your neck. A single notion from its wielder would suffice to draw blood. Whoa!
I heard you were called into a meeting today. Did they say anything? You look rather tired. Please tell me if you need anything. You will have my full cooperation.
Quickly gathering your thought, you start explaining the situation. Elvira is not a sinner after all. I wish to protect her, but I can't keep her here forever. Your enemy will eventually find out that she is under my care. To protect you all, I must uncover the truth, find the culprit of those attacks, and eliminate the threat. As soon as possible. For this, I need your help. The investigation isn't going well, and time is ticking away. Many are counting on you to be the breakthrough, while others fear you will become that breakthrough.
Right. I suspected it was time they would put pressure on you.
I almost thought like Chief is lying down and then just kind of like lying on her lap or something. Almost looks like that. The 9 agency wanted you, but I managed to deflect their requests.
What else can we do? We are not the Prime Minister's confidants. Merely employees hired to cover up his scandals. He divulged very little to us, and I have shared all the information I know. Sorry that we couldn't be the linchpin in solving this case. We lack that level of influence. Only insignificant as feathers in the wind. If there's no alternative, Chief, hand me over to them.
If you could lie on her
This way, those people, be it the agents seeking to interrogate a witness or those with something to hide, will refrain from troubling you for a while. I'll buy you time.
What about your Elvira?
Sable will protect her. And won't you protect her too? As for me, I am but a butler, an employee, replaceable at any time.
Is that so? But you seemed quite upset when I got close to her. You used your power on me. Were you afraid I might do something rash?
Did I? I must have done it subconsciously.
But to nowhere? So where are we going then? To nowhere? Whoa!
Forgive me, but I don't believe my power is potent enough to threaten you. You also have your shackles
Is it just me
prepared
or like
just in case.
The quality of the
Don't you?
CG is increasing.
Though I may have emotional moments at times, I always regain my composure and do what needs to be done.
You look at her for a long time before speaking again. You're always so guarded, not just with me, but with everyone who approached you at the memorial service. So you will never truly trust me with Elvira. Even staying at the MBCC was just a desperate compromise. But when the time comes that you can't protect her anymore, what will you do? Run from here? Leave the MBCC? Get away from East Side? Or escape this city altogether? Or perhaps something more drastic?
Are you going to stop us?
Damn, this is like feels like a threat. Why can't we work things out together? Since we are both taking a gamble here, wouldn't it be better to have allies? I can certainly bring something helpful to the table. We've made a deal. You help me investigate and catch the real culprit, and I protect you three. I'm serious about it. You? Were those words you just said out of desperation? You don't trust me because you think I'm no different from the others?
How rare to find one with such candor. It's been far too long since I've met anyone like you.
You gaze at her intently, waiting for her true thought to emerge.
My apologies. I don't intend to act rashly, nor do I doubt your integrity. You saved the West District and defeated Black Rings. A true hero indeed. Elvira is incredibly fortunate to be under your protection. So please, feel free to give me your instructions. As long as no harm comes to El, I will do it in any manner possible. However, Chief, what we need is not a hero who can save the world. My only wish is to protect this one person from the storm. And that, more often than not, is so much harder than saving the world.
Chief sounds like someone who frustrated after finding his lover's lies. Is this a cat or just blanket? It looks like a cat for some reason. Through the surveillance monitor, you watch as Yilena returns to Elvira's room. She exchanged a courteous nod with S9, who is standing guard outside, before entering. Elvira wakes up.
I'm sorry, Yilena. I didn't mean to make you angry.
It's all right, El. I understand you are frightened. Would you like a real little handgun of your own?
Whoa. Elle shakes her head vigorously and buries herself in Yelena's arms.
Maybe next time then. Good night.
The night holds the two inside in its embrace, accompanied by the soft soothing singing of a lullaby. Oh damn it, I thought we were gonna get some animation. In your office, you listen quietly, only to turn off the surveillance monitor long after the singing stops. You then pick up your communication device and make several calls.
Hey, Chief! So, you saw that show? My bad. Go ahead and let me have it. Feel free to ring me up anytime to give me a piece of your mind. But at this late hour, you must have called me for something, right?
Oh.
Breaking news again! Max King has just made an emergency announcement, and this is absolutely massive! His approval ratings are skyrocketing!
Breaking news, huh? What the heck is that guy doing?
Yes, my friends. I'm back. The Veer's attack incident turned out to be quite the adventure. Not only did I cross paths with Chief, but I also connected with a vital witness. Her existence linked together all the election surprises, exposing the true darkness that touches every corner of our city. So, I must also conceal her identity until the investigation is complete. For her good, of course. However, citizens, worry not. This witness will soon be relocated to the 9th Agency, where she will be granted the highest level of protection, while her valuable insights can be put to optimal use. Did you hear that? You vermin lurking in the shadows? Your days of hiding are numbered.
Did she try to
The
bait?
tide is turning.
I think he tried to bait the underground. Any changes that Yilena will also become chief butler as well as Rice become chief intern. This time looks like a scam. I don't think that will happen though. Yeah. The thing is, like, Yilena seems at the end of the story probably gonna go somewhere unknown because we don't have her interrogation. Meanwhile, in a secluded corner of the city, a stick of incense is lit. Whoa, who is this? Amidst the swirling incense smoke, several shadowy figures emerge, their eyes locked on the man on the television screen, hanging on his every word and meticulously noting every individual he mentions. And, well then, time for a little chat with them. Who are they? Wait, what is done? What about this one?
Begin exploring.
I'm expecting like a boss battle. Within white sand. Hela? Corinne? Father Blue? Who? The White Sand Channel, typically ravaged by violent sandstorm, is unusually tranquil today. A mild breeze ruffles small cacti as fine grains of sand cascade endlessly over the dunes. Even the sun overhead appears less blistering. After an extensive journey, the Nirvana sand-shaped caravan is nearly at their rest stop. Despite the favorable weather, the entire crew finds themselves unconsciously picking up their pace. Along the channel, where the sand ship passed, a subtle vibration swiftly approached from behind, rippling through the sand. The monitoring equipment promptly identified the anomaly and sounds an alarm.
What's that sound?
The buzzing noise grows louder as the vibration intensifies. Without a moment to spare, the sturdy mechanical hull abruptly detonates, hurling metal shards and sand in every direction. In an instant, the entire caravan is engulfed by the blast. Hey? Is this a boss battle? I think this is boss battle.
Ready? We're going on TV now!
Which voice would you like me to use?
Rest assured, and leave it in my hands.
Huh? Are they even a match for
I
me?
think it's gonna be like this big. So let's just bring 0 just in case we need a lot of breaker.
I should switch to a cooler battle model next time.
What? No, oh, I thought they're gonna ignore me.
In the name of...
Here comes the breaking news!
Oh, shoot.
The rain.
Overflow! Overflow!
Luckily, I bring 0.
Overflow! Warning!
Messing with my people? Die!
In the name of all...
Listen. The rain is coming.
Ouch!
Overflow. Warning. Overflow. Warning. Overflow. Warning.
Let the dance begin. Listen. The rain is coming.
In the name of Almighty.
Here comes the breaking news. Overflow. Warning.
Oh, okay, not that difficult. Well, obviously, I'm using weak spot, so... I thought it's going to be too cool, just suddenly appear or something, but apparently not. The battle ends shortly after, just another accident in White Sands. Mundane, routine, and overlooked. This city, consumed by the heat of the election, remains oblivious to this minor incident. No one has noticed this unknown threat that has seized the opportunity to infiltrate. Before the sands can bury all traces, several figures emerge beside the caravan wreckage.
Oh, some uninvited guests, I see. Now that they've ventured so deep into our territory, it would be terribly rude of us not to offer them a warm welcome.
Who's that voice? She lifted her head, gazing in the direction of this city. What?
I did
Who?
a good job controlling my strength this time. I'm always afraid I'll slip up.
It.
and blow up the
I do think almost like Zoya, but I don't think it is Zoya. Why is she going outside though? Corin is not Corin voice. I'm pretty sure it's not Corin voice. It almost I agree, it almost close to Zoya voice. It's probably the same voice actress, but it could be entirely a different character. Really? I find it very similar. I don't know, somehow I find it very similar. But it just doesn't make any sense why Zoya is in White Sand. Isn't she like... Wait, since Horo is also in White Sand, maybe Zoya is also in White Sand, so it makes sense if they are investigating. But I don't know, I don't have the feeling that it was probably Zoya, so I don't think so. Oh, there's only 8? Okay, well, anyway, it's already late. I'm going to continue the second part tomorrow. It's only 8, so it's probably not going to be long. Depend on how long is the cutscene of each stage, but yeah. So, I'm going to continue tomorrow. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye.